Hey, can you hand me those glasses over there? Uh, Give me the clear ones. The clear ones. Yeah, them.
All right.
And then
Now you know. Now you know you popping up on
and then the
YouTube.
real ones. I'm popping up on YouTube.
Yeah, you on YouTube. I can see you on
I'm on
YouTube.
YouTube now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you might
Um,
get all right.
te-
Now it's just all right. Now it's
yeah,
just on me.
now it's just on you.
Yeah.
So what do I need to do?
Okay. Now you're back on you again. Turn your camera off for right now.
My camera off for right now.
All right. There we
Gotcha.
go. Nope. I'm seeing you again. Make sure your camera's off.
The camera off or stop video?
Yeah. Stop video for
I
right now.
did. It's off.
Okay. There we go. That's better. All right. So there we go. All right. Now I need to mute. Make sure you mute your mic for right now while we set this up.
Okay.
Some of this stuff might still be on YouTube, but I'm gonna edit it later. We're just on the Flipstream channel. We're not showing it anywhere else right now. Let me mute my mic real quick. All right, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute. You're muted.
All right, how's that? All right, that ought to be better. I can't really see myself. All right, that's the right side. Okay, boom.
All right, I think we about ready. Let me check my what you
All
call this
right.
real quick. Yep, we are about ready. Okay, new manager moderators can support your channel in even ways. Close that out. All right, cool. All right. Good evening, everybody. Let me start my recording here. Record to computer, record to cloud. All right. Good evening, everybody. You know, this is Calvin Butler, and I'm here today
Yes, sir.
with Mr. Law Hilson over at Capital City Home Buyers. Okay. And we bring you all
Yes,
something special
sir.
today. I know you all have been waiting for this to come out.
Yes,
but
sir.
we're here to premiere and present to you all Flipstream. Now, I know a lot of you all know me from the trucking industry. That's where you know me from. And because I've been doing a lot of work in the trucking industry since 2016. But before I got into trucking, I was actually I was doing real estate investing. And my very first flip came when I was at the homeless shelter, because everybody knows when I was homeless back in 2008, 2009, and I did my first flip from the homeless shelter, and took home a check at close. Took it to the bank because I didn't want to take it back to the shelter. I got a check at closing, a certified check for $28,786. I believe it was like 12 cents. But now I'm gonna tell you, that felt good. Now, here's another big thing about it. I did that, and I didn't put up one dime of my own money, and I had bad credit, so I didn't use any credit. And from that, after that, I flipped maybe about 3 or 4 more homes and stuff like that, and that's what got me out of the homeless shelter. Now, but since then, I kind of ventured into trucking, started my own, vocational school, and I ran my own trucking company for a while, and then I started doing freight brokering, and then the last few years. Now, this is for my trucking people. I want y'all to understand something. The last 3 years in trucking have not been doing so good. Last year was the most horrendous year ever in trucking history, period, ever. I mean, 88,000 trucking companies went out of business. I want y'all to hear me on this. Everybody who's in the trucking industry, dispatchers, freight brokers, truckers, owner operators, you all know how bad last year was. 88,000 trucking companies went out of business. Okay. More than 8,000 freight brokerage firms went out of business. More than 6,000 dispatch firms closed their doors last year. Now, it's not just me. Everybody in trucking felt that. And for those of you who didn't do so well in trucking last year, or your businesses might have closed up or something like that, and you're looking for something to replace the type of revenue that you were used to, and really this is going to be better than the revenue that you were used to. Flipping real estate, the way that we're going to show it to you using Flipstream, the same skill set, the exact same skill sets that you use as a dispatcher, when you have to call up, look for trucking companies online, call them up out the blue, cold call them, and convince them to do what? Sign you on with them, or sign a contract with you where you're getting 10% of the load fee for you to find them freight. Now, you all know how difficult that was, making them cold calls. Trucking companies hanging up on you. You're trying to talk to them and say, I don't need no dispatcher. Why would I hire a dispatcher? I can find my own loads, right? Well, that same skill set, when you're making those calls, you'll do a whole lot better here. And the reason why is with Flipstream, we're showing you all how to identify those properties that are guaranteed to make you money. And on top of that, we're showing you how to identify those sellers who have to sell. They don't have a choice. So it's not like you're calling up these people and saying to them, hey, can I convince you to sell your house? Okay, no. We're going to show you how to find the motivated sellers, find those sellers, find the right properties. So from the get-go, when you're calling them, you are literally calling them to offer them something that they thought that they would never have. Okay, keep that foreclosure off their credit and put money in their pocket at the same time. Okay, so I want y'all to understand that. Now, with that being said, all of you dispatchers and freight brokers out there who have not been doing so well, you all want to pay attention to this live broadcast. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mr. Lawrence Hilson. Mr. Hilson, you there? Are you still there? Mr. Hilson. I've got his, I'm not really hearing him right now. Well, maybe he'll pop back up. I'm not sure what's going on with Mr. Hilson. Okay, so his network bandwidth is low. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you who Mr. Hilson is. Mr. Hilson is the owner of Capital City Home Buyers. You know, the places that do the we buy homes for cash, we buy homes, we buy other houses, things like that. He's been doing that, I believe, for about the last 7 or 8 years. So he's very successful in doing that. And he is my partner with Flipstream. And we put this site together, this site and this app together. We put it together because we wanted to make it very simple for people to be able to go out, find these properties, make money on flipping houses, connect with other investors, connect with lenders, the whole 9 yards. Okay, that's what Flipstream is. Okay, but I'm going to start sharing my screen. Hopefully he'll pop back in because his bandwidth on his thing went kind of low there. But I'm going to start sharing my screen here and give y'all a great idea of what Flipstream is. All right, now if you want to join us live, there's a link on Facebook where you can join us either on YouTube at Flip-Stream Live, or you can join us live on Zoom by clicking on the Zoom link that we have on Facebook and YouTube and other places. Okay, so this is Flipstream. Okay, let me start. I'm sharing my screen. Y'all give me a second here. All right, so this is Flipstream, as you all can see. Flipstream, flipping properties is now streamlined. So look, what is Flipstream? Flipstream, the real estate investment platform that simplifies flipping houses. The key to flipping real estate is access. Access to the right properties, access to motivated sellers, access to fast funding, access to property valuation tools, access to skilled property rehabbers, access to cash buyers, access to agreements, forms, and documents, access to knowledge. That's Flipstream. Okay, we provide access to all the tools and resources real estate investors need to research properties, get funding, fix and flip, buy income producing, and quick flip properties with cash. Everything an investor needs to earn big profits flipping real estate. All right. I'm hoping my partner can get back on with me here. Hopefully he will be able to get back on with me. So we'll see. I'll try to give him a call to see if we can find out what's going on with his system. I'll give me a second here. Let me give him a call back real quick to see what's going on with his system. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and continue on. All right. So that's Flipstream. Now, yeah, I lost him on the oh, there he is. He's back. Okay. He is back. Wait for him to chime back in. All right. While we're waiting on him to chime back in, I'm going to start sharing some stuff about our site and what Flipstream can do for you. Now, the site itself is really a collection of back office, while the tools,
All right.
resources,
Calvin, can you
everything
hear
you
me?
ever need to flip property. There he is. He's back. All right, there. We had lost you there for a second. Are you back up? Mr. Hilton, can you hear me?
All right. The meeting is being recorded.
Law, can you hear me?
Right.
Obviously, he can't hear me. Let me pop over and see what's going on with him. Obviously, he can't hear me.
Okay.
I hear him. I don't think he can hear me.
All right. Meeting is, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
All right.
No, you can't hear me. All right, we're going to get this straightened out. He's having some difficulty with his system.
Settings.
Hold on for a second, everybody.
Calvin.
Yeah, okay, I can hear you, but obviously you can't hear me.
I can't hear you, and I can't see you no more. Okay,
you
hold
gotta turn
on.
your camera on. You gotta turn your mic on. Okay?
I got.
All right. Well, just hang in there and just let me just come in just when you can. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with the broadcast. All right. All right. He's having some technical difficulties on his end, but we're gonna go ahead and continue on. Let me go back and share my screen. See Miss Sandra Lawrence, she's joined us. Thank you for joining us on this live broadcast. All right, so let's go ahead and go over what Flipstream does and what it does for you all, and then we'll go and explain to you what we're going to be doing with this app and this business model. All right, as I said, for this is Flipstream. So Flipstream gives you access to a whole bunch of tools and resources. Now, if you're coming to the site and you're not a subscription member yet, by the way, you can sign up for a free trial. Okay, you can sign up for a free trial. Okay, so you can kind of try the site out. You can try the site out for an entire 24 hours. So we have a free trial. You can click on the free trial, sign up for an entire 24 hours. After that, you can either cancel. If you don't like it, cancel. Okay, or you can just go ahead and let it charge your card $19.99 per month. That's 66 cents per month, people. That's all it is. 66 cents per month. Now, we have lifetime membership available at $2,500, and this $19.99 is only for the first 1,000 subscribers. Now, let me show you all what you all get with Flipstream. Now, when you come into the site, if you're not a member yet, certain things you cannot access. You can access the homepage if you're not a subscription member. You can access the Who Are We page if you're not a subscription member. You can access the members only investor lounge waiting room, but you cannot access any of these areas within the members only investor lounge. That is for our subscription members only. You can access a limited media gallery where we have partnered with just a slew of, we're collaborating with a whole bunch of YouTubers and people who are putting their stuff on YouTube to show people how they flip houses, to help people learn how to flip houses, to kind of showcase what they do. So we have a limited, if you're not a member yet, you get limited access to a few of these videos and you can watch them directly on our channel. You don't have to go to YouTube to watch them. You can click on them and watch them directly on Flipstream. Okay, because we have formed a collaboration with YouTube and the YouTube partners. Okay, so you can access these directly on Flipstream. All right, move this out of the way. All right. Another thing that you can access our frequently asked questions. If you want to know more about Flipstream, we have a frequently asked questions page that tells you more about real estate investing and things of that nature. Okay. And you can access our contact page and you can access plans and pricing. Now, you can access groups, you can access members, you can access all of this stuff that's in the back office for the members. So, but I'm already logged in, and I'm going to go ahead and just give you all a peek behind the curtain. All right. So, what do you get with Flipstream? First of all, I want to explain something to everybody. Let me stop my share here for a second. I want to explain something to everybody, and I want you all to know this. Okay. You can, do you all know that there's a way for you all to flip real estate, make money in this industry without using any of your own credit and with none of your money? Okay. Mr. Hilson, you're back. Glad to have you back. All right. Uh, so and Mr. Hilton, he's an expert at that. Okay. Mr. Hilton, you want to take some time to explain to them exactly what is an assignment of contract?
Well, great question, Calvin. An assignment of contract. Um, it's a lot of ways you can look at it, but the simple way is anyone that purchases a property or a piece of real estate or piece of land does so by way of contract. So you're going to create an agreement with the seller that you're willing to purchase the property for a set amount. You guys agree on it, you sign the paperwork. Well, what most people don't understand about the laws in America is that every contract is assignable. And what that means is with each contract, you have what they call equitable interest, or that means you are legally bound or binded to that contract stating that you are going to purchase the property. No one else, while you are under contract, can come in and purchase that property. So what the law does, it gives you the what they call temporary ownership of the property. Now, once you pay the money and close on the property, then you will get the actual property. It will exchange to you. However, until then, no one else can come in and claim that property because you have legal claim to that property by way of the contract. All right. Now, the beauty of America, which allows so many people to get rich from zero, as Calvin stated, he was able to come out of the homeless shelter by just this fact that I'm explaining to you. All right. So, because you have what they call equitable interest or legal title, temporary title to that contract, to that property, you can sell the property, but not the physical property, but by way of the contract, you can actually sell that contract, meaning you can sell your equitable interest or your rights to purchasing the property. So while you're under contract, that blocks everybody else away. Nobody else can come in and buy this property. So if I want to come in and buy the property from you, then you have this contract up blocking me from doing so. But what I can do is pay you to sign the contract over to me or assign it. It's very simple, just like in elementary school when you were assigned seats. Your teacher points out which seat belongs to you. So if I assign my contract to you, it's just like me assigning my seat to you. I give you my seat as the purchaser of this property. I own the rights to purchase the property. I don't own the property yet because I have to pay the money, but I own the rights to purchase the property. Nobody else on earth can purchase this property as long as my name and your signature are at the bottom of this paper. It can actually be on a napkin, guys. This law is so powerful that it doesn't take a fancy piece of paper. You can do this in the bathroom at a hotel or in the library, anywhere. You can be on the side of the road and say, hey, Calvin, I'll buy your house for $100,000 or maybe $100. Calvin says, okay. He gives law the rights to buy this property by signing on that piece of paper. Now, legally, no one else can buy this property from Calvin but me. But guess what? You can get the legal right if I say so and assign it to you.
Yeah.
Sign over my rights to you. So guess what you'll do? You will do what we call an assignment agreement, which means I agree to assign you my seat or you my contract, and you agree to accept me assigning you my seat or my contract. And then now, guess what? I can no longer purchase the property. You're the only one that can purchase the property.
Yep.
Because you've been assigned the rights. Did I explain that well enough?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Hilson has been doing this for a long time. So he explains it in a way that, real estate investors, can really understand it. I'm going to break it down to you and say the same thing, but I'm going to break it down to you as if I'm talking to a 3-year-old. Okay.
Oh, I thought I was talking to a 3-year-old. That's why I said it like that.
I know.
I thought I was talking grade school.
Okay. I know. All right. So let me share my screen here real quick. Because I want to make sure you all clearly understand this. Okay. I really want to make sure you all clearly understand this.
Okay.
Let me get here. Now I'm in my what you call it. All right. Let's go to the back office here. Let's go to the legal library. Let's go right here. Yeah. Let's go to the legal library. All right. All right. Contracts, agreements, and forms. All right. Assignment in real estate. Okay. Now I'm going to read this to you, but then I'm going to go back and explain it to you. An assignment of contract in real estate is when the original party who has a piece of real estate transfers their contractual obligation to that of a new party. That's what he meant by, I am going to go to someone who has a home that they're trying to sell. And what we normally do, we approach people who are in pre-foreclosure. Why? Because a lot of times in pre-foreclosure, the home has a lot of equity. Let me talk about that equitable situation. They have a lot of equity in it. But for whatever reason, the person who owns that property has not paid their obligation to the lender or to their taxes or whatever the case may be. And they can't come up with the money to catch up to keep the lender from foreclosure on the property. In most cases, when people are foreclosed on, they lose their home, they walk away from it because they're trying to get away from all the phone calls that they get from the lenders and all this other stuff. So they just kind of just walk away from it and let the lender have it. And then it goes to foreclosure sale, it gets sold, now they're out of a house, and a lot of times they don't get any money. So someone like Mr. Hilson, myself, and a bunch of you all who become our students, who come in and start doing this, we're going to show you all how to, first of all, locate those properties that are right just for that. Second of all, we're going to show you how to locate the motivated sellers and how to contact them, call them up, and make them an offer. Because we're going to show you all how to do the numbers to where no matter when you finally make that phone call, you can't help but make money on that deal when you are signing that contract to someone else. So basically what you are doing is this. You are going to the person who has this home and they need to sell, because if they don't, they're going to go into foreclosure. They're going to lose, or they're going to lose the tax, or whatever case, whatever is making that property distressed. Let's say they have the property and the property is there. Let's say the property is worth $100,000. Okay, that's what it's worth. Okay. Let's say the tax value on it is $70,000, or whatever case may be, or $60,000. But let's say the person only owes the lender $25,000. Right? That's the amount that's being foreclosed on. Okay. It could, now this could work on a property that's worth $500,000 and they owe the lender $200,000. As long as you got that equity space in between what's owed on it and what it's worth, you can put that deal together, especially if it's in pre-foreclosure. Okay. And I'm going to go over that a little bit with y'all to show y'all what that is. But what you're doing is you're offering them what it takes to pay off the house, to get it out of, to make sure that the bank is satisfied. In this case, $25,000, right? House is worth $100,000. I'm offering them $25,000. And I may do my calculations. Okay, well, 50% of $100,000 is $50,000. Right? $50,000. 50% of $100,000, $50,000. So if I go to them and say, look, I'm offering to purchase your home for $50,000. Okay? That's what I'm offering to purchase your home for $50,000. All right. So that's $25,000 to pay off the bank, $25,000 in their pocket in that scenario. Right. Now remember, these are people who are in pre-foreclosure. Right? They're in pre-foreclosure because they couldn't make the house payments. They don't have the money to make those house payments. They can't reinstate their mortgage because they probably owe a whole bunch of money. They probably owe just to reinstate the mortgage probably about $10,000 or $12,000. Or whatever the case they owe, they can't come up with it. Because if they would have, it would not be in pre-foreclosure. They would not have left the home. They would not have abandoned the home. They wouldn't have done all this stuff if they could pay for it. But now you are offering them a way to keep that bankruptcy off their credit and put money in their pocket, $50,000. So you go to them and say, look, I need you to assign this house to me for a certain period of time. 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, 90, whatever you can get them to agree to. I always try to, look, because I was doing this, I didn't know no better. I didn't know that most assignments are only for about 30 to 45 days. My first flip, I did it from a homeless shelter because I didn't know any better. I got them to do an assignment for 90 days. Nah, did it take me 90 days to flip that out? No. It took me less than 25 days to flip it out and make $28,000. But I didn't know no better. Okay? Because I didn't know no better, I didn't know no better that most assignments, though the person who was trying to get the house on the contract leaves a deposit. I didn't know no better, so I didn't ask them. I didn't mention anything about a deposit. They didn't ask me about one, so guess what? I did an assignment with no deposit, and it was a 90-day assignment. Okay? So because, look, sometimes it's best to be ignorant and not know certain things because you don't know enough to get yourself in trouble. So now, in some cases, that works the opposite way. You know just enough to get yourself in trouble, right? Which means if I knew just enough, I probably would have blurted out, okay, I'll give you the positive 500, or no, I don't think I need no more than 20 to 30 days because I didn't know no better. I asked for 90 days, and because I didn't know no better, I didn't offer no deposit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm.
Now, chances are, people who are in foreclosure, they've never done this before, so they don't know to ask you for a deposit either. This is why we're going to show you how to deal with the actual owner, the seller, and not a real estate agent, and not a trustee or somebody like that. Because those people, they know better. They know to ask for what? A deposit, which is not necessary. But because of how they've been trained in the business, they're going to always ask for it. Right, Law? They're going to always ask
sir.
Just
yes,
because
sir.
of how they were trained in the business. Is it necessary? No, it's not necessary, but they're going to ask for it. But if you're going straight to the seller, you really don't have to worry about that. 9 times out of 10. All right. So I'm offering them an assignment. I said, look, I need you to assign this property over to me for the next 45, 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is, right? So I can legally introduce it to my network of people that I already have in-house, people that I know, investors that I know I can get this house sold and get that $50,000 for you so you pay off your mortgage, not on your credit, and put $25,000 in your pocket. I need you to sign that to me so I can go ahead and introduce this deal to my network. Now, someone who's in pre-foreclosure, they're going to say, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, I need this. All right, so you get it under contract. Then, now you can now flip that contract. Right? Because now you have the contractual rights to that house as if you own it.
Equitable interest.
Yes, you have the contractual right, which is called equitable interest to the house. Now you can market it and sell it as if you own it. If you want to go and paint that bad boy, they kind of smooth it up, fix it up a little bit, mow the yard, make it presentable. If you're going to post it onto an MLS, but we're going to show you how not to even worry about that. But if you wanted to do that, you can do that. Why? Because you have the contractual ownership of that property for that period of time to sell it as if you own That's
Mm-hmm.
all an
Yeah.
assignment of contract is.
At the end of the day,
At
yeah.
the end of the day, that's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of other
Mm-hmm.
fancy wording for it. Assigning real estate contracts is a common way to flip real estate without having to come out of your pocket with any capital. It didn't say come out of your pocket with little capital. It didn't say come out of
Mm-hmm.
your pocket with not much capital. Come out of your pocket with any capital. You can do this with zero money out of your pocket.
Calvin,
Utilize. No, go ahead.
one of the things I find that most people have a hard time wrapping their head around is how could this be possible? How can I how can I buy a property and sell it and not have to buy it with my own money, number one, not have to go through a bank, number two, and how do I get this person to sell it to me? And and I'm conscious now based on how my initial uh, conversation was received of the fact that I may be talking over people's heads a little bit. However, I think from my experience with dealing with everyday people, even realtors for that matter, even lawyers for that matter, there's a lot of realtors and lawyers don't understand what we're talking about doing here. But the hardest thing for people to wrap their head around is what makes it possible for me to do this? How could this be legit? How can it be legal? And what Calvin is saying is basically that you now Calvin is a master at transparency when he's doing this. What we call this is wholesaling, but
Mm-hmm.
Calvin is a master at transparency when we're doing this. But the reason this works is because you're actually acting in the place of the buyer. You have the legal right to purchase this property. If you for some reason hit the lottery 30 minutes after you sign this contract, you could actually come in and pay for it with your own money and nobody would miss a beat, right? But because you have the right to do that, you actually can change your mind, and maybe you meet somebody like Calvin willing to give you a little bit more than you agreed to pay, and you can give him the contract and make the difference in the payment. But at the end of the day, your right to do this comes from you actually standing in the place of the purchaser. Calvin is telling you ahead of time that you're going to explain the process to your seller. But what makes it legally possible is that you are actually stepping in as the buyer on paper,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it does help as you get into this, it does help to make things smoother and easier on you and a lot less stressful if you include your seller in on the process. The more they know about the process, the easier it will be for you. Number one, if you're learning to do this, the easier it will be for you to get going.
But
But
it's not
what makes it
necessary.
legally possible?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's not
huh?
necessary. It's not
Yeah,
necessary that you
no,
let the seller
because
know that you are not going to be paying for this property with your own money. You are going to
no,
be assigning that contract to another investor or to an end buyer, is what it's called in the industry. You're
yes,
assigning it to
yes,
the end buyer. The end buyer, I may go out and market this property and assign it to an end buyer for $70,000. Okay, it's worth
mhm.
$100,000. I got under contract for $50,000. I sell it to someone else for $70,000. That means I keep the difference between the 50 and the what 70. So that's $20,000 that I just made just by flipping out the contract. That's called going to an end buyer. Okay,
Mm,
you don't
yeah.
have to disclose that. Now you are gonna have that. If I'm not mistaken, that is gonna have to come out at closing.
If you don't double close, it will come out at closing.
Yeah,
And depending on the title company of the state you're in, like in
exactly.
Louisiana, it's not even going to come out in the
You don't have to
closing. It's
disclose it
not
there.
going to be on the
But
HUD.
in
It's
but
not going
in
to be on the
Florida,
HUD.
but I do believe in Florida, you have
Mm-hmm.
to disclose that this is a third party sale. This is the end buyer, no purchase. So
And let me add, Calvin. Now, with me, the way I do it, a lot of people use assignment agreements, but once you get savvy at this, you may want to just use two purchase agreements
yeah, you can.
because yeah, and
And
so
then
I
just do
usually
and then just do a simultaneous closing.
Well, either not even that, Calvin. Sometimes, most of the time, I just give my title company 2 purchase agreements and let them do everything else.
Okay.
Keeping it very simple. You
Yeah,
use
they'll
the
close
same
one
purchase agreement,
and then they'll close the other.
or they will create, or they have assignment agreements at the attorney's office for you in case they need it. They
Yeah.
have every agreement under the sun in most title companies, most title lawyers. That's why you can write this stuff on a napkin and then turn it over to the lawyers, and
Yeah,
they'll
turn
take
on to the
care of
title
everything else.
company and then they'll create the
Yeah,
actual legal
yeah,
document.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just
But
wanted
look,
to add that they could do
yeah,
that. You know.
look. Here's the thing that you all need to understand. Okay. Utilizing real estate assignment contracts to profit is also known as wholesaling, which you just mentioned, flipping contracts, selling contracts, and real estate day trading. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't understand why they call it day trading. I've done day
I
trading.
do. I do.
I now understand. I'm just being kind of facetious here
Because
because
it only takes about a day to
yeah,
get. If you got a good deal, it only takes a day.
yeah. I mean, I've done day trading. And this is way simpler than day trading. It is.
Oh,
It is way simpler than day trading. Okay,
yeah,
and the risk is not as high as day trading. I'm telling you right now.
yeah,
Because in day trading,
yeah,
that's a 50-50 shot. You can make money, you can lose money. I'll be honest with you.
yeah,
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
right here, if you set this up properly, if you follow the steps that we have and use the tool that we have in Flipstream, ain't no way in the world you can't make money.
Oh,
It's,
you're gonna
it's,
do it.
it's, it's, it's just not possible for you not to make money because of how we show you how to pick the right property, find the right sellers, structure the deal to a way that there's no way you cannot make money. Now, the question that a lot of people are going to have is this, okay? What if you get the property on the contract and you can't flip it out? Are you obligated to buy it? That's a question for you.
Good question. No.
No, you're not obligated to buy it
Mm-mm.
because in your contract,
Well,
well, in that assignment contract, all right, in
yeah.
that assignment contract, it has an expiration date, whatever this and that. But see, this is why realtors want to have this is why realtors, people who are in the industry, want to get a deposit
Mm-hmm.
because they have with that in if you if it expires before the inspection period, right? You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to pay the deposit, or do you? You don't.
No.
That deposit comes back to you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if it goes longer than the inspection period, which is basically the date that you said that you're going to flip it out by, that's why some people get a 30-day assignment contract. But like I got a 90-day one, so they kind of pushed mine out because I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? So I had a 90-day on my first one, so I wasn't in no real jeopardy of going past the
Mm-hmm.
inspection period and having to,
Mm-hmm.
which also I didn't know no better, so I didn't give no deposit either. So
Mm-hmm. You actually were operating as a master in the business and didn't know it.
and didn't know what I was
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if
Simply
you
because
knew
I
what
didn't
you
know
were
no better.
doing, that's the way you would tailor
All
your
right,
agreements.
all right. But yeah, I literally was able to do that with no deposit, right? I did a 90-day assignment, which is almost unheard of. Okay. But it only took me like 17, 19 days.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
From
Mm-hmm.
start to finish. And I walked away with 28 grand plus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is what an assignment contract is. Because I wanted to make sure we kind of focus on this just for a second to let you all know that, yeah, no, you don't need money. You do
Mm-mm.
not need credit. Okay. And yes, this is perfectly legal. It's
And
been,
with Flipstream, you really don't need money
oh,
because you don't have to deal with the only cost that most people deal with, which is advertisement. You don't
exactly.
even have to do that because
Exactly.
Flipstream has all the free stuff
Yeah.
inside it.
All right. Now that we explained to you what that part of the deal is, what what this strategy is when it comes to real estate investment. Now, mind you, this is not the only strategy that you can use in Flipstream. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go ahead and cover the elephant in the room. Okay. How can you make $20,000 a week with no money and no credit? Well, that's how with an assignment contract. That's just one of about, well, 50, 60 different strategies you can use to make money with real estate. But that one is the one that most people want to know about because people don't really understand, or they were just not aware that you can actually make money like that without using your own money and without using your own credit. Now, here's the thing that Flipstream does that's going to make this easy for everybody, okay? The problem with doing this on your own or doing this outside of Flipstream, you got to know, first of all, where to find the properties. Okay, you got to, so how do you get the properties? Now, most people say, well, I can go to these sites like foreclosure.com and all this other stuff, but those sites usually charge you money to get onto them, right? A lot of these sites, they charge you money to get onto them. Now, I want y'all to know something. Anything that you pay for online, you can also get it for free online. If you go to Google and you start searching for stuff, when you start searching for stuff in Google, right, the first 10, 12 pages is usually stuff that you got to pay for. Why? Because those people have paid money to be at the top of the search engine. That's what Google is. That's what Yahoo is. That's what MS, all these search engines, people pay money to be at the top of the search engine. Why? First, you'll see all the sponsored stuff. That's what you'll see first. You all know what I'm talking about. I mean, I can take you to Google right now and just search for, any old thing, and it's going to show you the sponsored stuff first. If I go in and if I put in dirt, okay, we're just going to search for dirt. You put in dirt, right, on Google, where I'm at, all right? You may see a lot of stuff on, on what it is, this and that. But let's say if you wanted to, let's just say, let's say free. What's something you think you can get for free?
Free clothes.
Okay, free clothes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you click on free clothes. I don't think I spelled it right. There we go. On free clothes. All right. First of all, you get a lot of this stuff where people are paid to be at the top. Okay. And then you come down here, you start seeing stuff on Facebook and Reddit and this and that. But if you look for, let's say a service, because see, now you have TimU. See, all these, this was called sponsored ads. TimU. You can't get no free clothes on TimU. You got to buy something. You got to sign up for TimU.
No.
I mean, they'll give you, it's pretty close to free. They'll give you some credit.
They'll give you a free item.
Yeah, they'll give you some credits to get some stuff when you buy other stuff. You see what I'm saying? But you're dealing with the sponsored stuff first. You're always dealing with the sponsored stuff first. But when you go down, you look at the bottom, go all the way down to the bottom. Once you get down there, you'll see that you got so many pages of all these results. You keep clicking results, you'll go through about 50 different results. If you're looking for something, let's say if you're looking for, just how to, or just some type of service of how to dispatch freight. Because I've done the trucking engine before. How to dispatch freight. Okay. First of all, you get all the stuff you got to pay for. You got that, you got drive wires, you got all this stuff, all this sponsored stuff. But I guarantee you keep going down on about page 50 or 60 or 70, you're going to get to where someone posted something that shows you how to do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. That's with everything on the internet. Okay? Now, what I've done with Flipstream is this, just to show you all what Flipstream is. What I've done with Flipstream is this. Now, my partner, he explains it in his unique way. It is a Rolodex of all the tools, resources, calculators, everything you need to be able to do this quickly, efficiently, and at no cost to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because there are sites out there that are like Flipstream, but they charge, $99 a month, $150 a month, $200 a month. Tell them about the one that you went to a seminar and at the end of it, they wanted you to pay what? $15,000.
I was at the $17,000 level. That's what got me into the business, going to that seminar. But I ended up not spending 17,000. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
So look, and I was attending some seminars like that, and I wasn't as smart as him because I paid money.
Well, I waited till later on till I started making money to be crazy like
I
that.
wound up paying money, but it was money well spent because I learned something.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that this could actually be done. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I paid for one of those things where it says use our money. You find the deals, use our money, and then we'll split the profit.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for one of them. It was like it was almost $15,000. But that was
Wow.
that was way before I became homeless. That's probably one of the reasons why I became homeless, because I spent a whole bunch of money on some stuff that I shouldn't be spending on. But anyway,
Right.
that's what it was. But that was way back in the day when I first started getting interested in real estate. And I went to one of those seminars at the Civic Center. I think it was 1996 or 95, something like that, somewhere around that time, long time ago. Some of y'all wasn't even born then. But anyway, I paid almost $15,000 after attending that seminar to join that program, where you submit stuff to the investor network, and then you have people that partner that pay, that you find the deals, they fund it, and y'all split the profit. It was that type of deal. Okay, and I never really did anything with it, but I learned. I learned that this is how this is possible. So when I did become homeless years later in 2008, almost 11, 12 years later, when I did become homeless, one of the things that I fell back on was my training on that stuff, but I didn't know enough not to say I'm going to give you a deposit, and I asked for the 90 days, and I just went off of what I learned from that seminar, and guess what? It worked. It worked. Mm-hmm. Okay, but all Flipstream is this: I have compiled all the necessary tools and resources, everything you're going to need to flip these properties out. Whether you're doing fixing flips, whether you're doing assignment of contracts, whether you're doing buying a house and then rehabbing it, whether you need to go and get a loan for funding. We got the calculators, we got all the different lenders in here that will fund big deals, like you're doing multifamily or hotel deals. So you can start off with the assignment of contract, start off brand new, like a baby in the industry, with the assignment of contract, and starting off that way, you can do $20,000 to $30,000, $50,000 in a week, in a month. You really can.
Mm-hmm.
You can do $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 on one deal without using any of your money on your own credit. Now, after you made money from that, then you can graduate to doing what? Bigger projects. Then you can get up to start doing the fix and flip, where you actually buy a house to get your funding from a lender on the fix and flip loan, right? Because you got to have, if you're not an expert at it, what they consider experience at it, you got to have at least 15% down and at least 640 on your credit score. Well, once you make that money, you can easily get that because you got your 15% down. If you're looking at a property that's going to cost you, $200,000, $300,000 on a 1 to 4 unit property, and you need, let's say, $20,000 to $30,000 down, you got that money now because you made that money doing what? On your assignment of contract deals. So now you made that money. Now you can move up to these bigger deals, right? And get these, fix and flip, where you purchase a property for $60,000, $80,000, but it needs another $70,000 or $60,000 in repairs. But it's got an after repair value. It's got an after rehab value of $350,000 or $400,000 or $500,000. So that means now you got a loan for what? $140,000 or whatever you got, $120,000, $140,000, right? You came up with $15,000 in your own money because you made that money, you put that 15% down, right? Now you got that property. Then you turn around, fix it up, and then you flip back out for what? $400,000. See, those are the bigger deals. When you're making a profit of almost $300,000 or $290,000, $250,000, that's your take on deals like that. But starting out, you don't want to go directly to those. Now, if you got great credit, you could probably get a deal like that done. If you got great credit and you got some money, right? But Flipstream is primarily for those people who are just coming into this industry, who know that you can make money in real estate but don't know how to do it. All right. So this is where we come in at. So we're going to provide you with all your search tools to find the property. That's what it says, search for property. Then we're going to give you all the tools to evaluate those properties. Look up the value on it, search public records, you do your skip tracing to find out who owns that property, get their phone number, their email address, all that type of stuff. Find out what the property's worth. Look up the comparables on the property. Okay. Up here, we're sending you to these sites where you can look up foreclosures, you can look up the federally seized homes by the federal government, Zillow foreclosures, bank-owned properties. These are properties that the bank done seized or got back and they sent them to auction. They didn't sell the auction. Now the bank got the property and they just trying to get rid of them. They just want them off their books. You got another foreclosure site, which is this one right here, but this is just for all of the auction. It gives you the countdown date, the auctions, all that type of stuff. Here's another foreclosure site that gives you all the listing of, the primary foreclosures in the country. This site right here is basically what you're going to be using to do your calculation, find the properties, find the owners, do those assignment of contract. This is going to be most of you all's bread and butter, this right here. Okay? And we're going to show you a little bit about how that's done. But this is going to be your bread and butter to getting you started to making $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 a week with this right here. And using some of the other stuff that we show you how to use within Flipstream. Okay? And then you come down here, you got all your calculators. This is for when you graduate to that area when you're fixing up houses, because you got to know what the aftermarket value, you got to know what it costs to rehab a property, what it costs to redo the roof, what it costs to do the kitchen, what it costs to do the floor, what it costs to do the windows. This is your rehab calculator. This is your compatible after repair value calculator. Because in order to know what a house is really worth, you got to see what the other homes have sold for. Not what other homes are listing for in the area, but what they have sold for in the area. So we give you all these calculators, all these tools and resources. When you need funding, all the funding you're ever going to need right here. We even got 100% fix and flip funding. Private lenders. These are real estate investors' secret weapon. These are private people that just got a bunch of money and they want to make higher returns on the money by doing what? Investing in the real estate. Basically, you find the deals and they fund it. Okay? Hard money lender for those big deals. Hotels, resorts. I'm talking them deals that's 30, 40, 50, 100, $200 million deals. That's when you want to go to your hard money lenders. Okay? All they're really looking for is that the deal makes sense. If the deal checks out number-wise, chances are they're going to do it. Why? Because they have A paper lenders, B paper lenders, and C paper lenders. In case y'all didn't know, that means good credit, okay credit, and less than okay credit. Okay? So they're not really concerned. Hard money lenders are not really concerned about credit. They're concerned about, does the deal make sense? Will this make money? Is this a solid deal? Does the numbers work out? But you got to know, you really got to know how to put those numbers together. And we're going to show you all how to do that. We're going to train you all how to do that through our mentorship. Okay? Oh, by the way, Flipstream comes with mentorship. Yeah, it does. Okay? You always have a toll-free number that you can call and get online with us. And there's going to be a link in your back office when you click on. Once we go in your calendar and you set your appointment up with us, then we'll send you to that back office link. When you click on that Zoom link, and we'll do a one-on-one Zoom with you. A one-on-one Zoom to literally walk you through your first 3 or 4 deals. Take you by the hand and show you exactly what to do. Now,
Can't beat it.
And you get all that for that $19.99 per month. 66 cents. Not $15,000 that I paid, not the $7,000, $8,000 that he paid. Right? There's a seminar that they're having next weekend at the Civic Center that has cost $10,000 to learn what you all get here for 66 cents a day. Then once you got your deal under contract, with your assignment of contract, you can come here and market. List, market, and flip your properties out for, you can flip it out or you can rent them out. Right here, why? Because we have a listing agency here where you can list your property for just 1% of the closing. At closing. You don't pay no money up front. You list it, and you just pay 1%. You load up pictures, everything, and they actually put this on the national MLS or your local MLS where the realtors post stuff at. But instead of paying a realtor 6%, you come here and list it with these people. They'll put it on the MLS for 1%. Come on now. Seriously. Not only that, you have the for sale by owner where you can list it there for free. You don't have to pay nothing. If you want them to do the closing, they'll do the closing for $4.95. Want a flat fee. List with freedom. Flat fee listing. $399, $499. That's a hell of a lot less if you got a deal that's closing where you're selling it for $100, $150, $200,000, and most closing agents want what 1.5%,
5 to 6%.
Well, for a realtor, yeah, that's 5 to 6%.
You mean yeah, for the realtor, yeah.
But if you just going to just closing it yourself at a title company, whatever, even they want 1.5%. The average.
That's for your closing, but that's not for the selling of it. That's
no,
sell your property is the expensive part.
If you're listening with the realtor, it's gonna be 5 or 6%. And then there's another 1.5% on the closing costs. See what I'm saying? So on a $200,000 loan, that's a hell of a lot more than $399. Okay, and then you have a cash buyer MLS. Okay, that's basically what this is. This is a cash buyer MLS. So you get those assignment contracts, you can come right here and post them on there for $399 listing fee. And it's in front of who? All those people that says we buy homes for cash. We buy houses sight unseen. We buy ugly houses. We close in 7 days. So you don't even have to touch the house. You ain't got to put no money into it whatsoever. You just get it on the contract and you post it on here and flip it out to one of them. Why? Because their calculation is they're going to offer you somewhere between 40 and 70%. 90% of the time, those offers come in right at close to 50 to 55%. Some of you come in at 60%. But you're never going to get more than 70%. But I guarantee you ain't going to never get an offer less than 40% now. We're going to show you how to structure the deal. So if they even offer you 35%, you're still making money. Okay, you still make money. $10,000, $20,000, or $1,000 on a 35% off of the value of the property.
Unheard of.
This is the power of Flipstream. Okay, now let's get down to some real brash numbers here. Let's say you are brand new to the business. Okay, let's see if I can talk Ms. Lawrence into coming on here and saying something real quick. Let me see.
Hello.
Sure. There you are.
There you are. There she is, Miss Sandra Lawrence. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. So, what made you come to attend this live that we're doing right now? What is it about this Flipstream that I've been posting that kind of attracted you to?
Basically the ease of making money and the fact that you guys will hold your hand until you learn how to actually do it.
Look, you know what?
I'm ready to have my hand held, so I need to make
okay. And look, that's what separates Flipstream from everything else out. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, there are other platforms out there that put a whole lot of technology and stuff into this stuff. Now they cost a lot more. You ain't gonna get them for no 66 cents a day. I can guarantee you that. They cost a lot more. But don't none of them won't not one of them sit down with you and walk you through your first 3 or 4 deals. Okay, it just ain't gonna happen. Okay, but that's what we're willing to do. Why? Because we see this as a conglomeration, as a collaboration with our subscribers. Okay, because not only are we going to hold your hand, but we're introducing something called the Investor Network Lounge. Now, you're only going to be able to see this once you become a subscription paying member. See up here, you click on that. See right there, Investor Network Lounge. When you click on your members tab up here at the top, right? You better go to your Investor Network Lounge. Now, in that Investor Network Lounge, you're going to be able to partner up with other people, with other investors. right? Let's say you're someone who knows how to find the deals and put the deals together. We're going to show you how to do all that, but you don't have money, you don't have credit, but now you want to do a much bigger deal that requires money and credit, right? But you don't have that. You have the knowledge of how to put these deals together, how to find these properties, how to put them together, but you don't have the money and credit to get the funding and get the approval, get the money to fix them up, flip them, make them, get them up to the nice, and make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. Well, we're gonna partner you up with people that's, you can partner with people that have 650 or better credit, where you got the knowledge, they got the credit, they may not have the knowledge or the time. That's what you have. So you invest your knowledge and time, they invest their credit. Now you can go out and get approved, right?
Yep.
Let's say neither one of you have money. Well, in the same network, you're going to have your financial partner. These are people who have the money, but they ain't got the time to kind of put forth doing stuff. And they know that their money goes further in real estate. So they come with the money. You got the time, right? If you need someone with credit, the three of you all get together, form a what? Limited partnership. Well, we're going to have all the documents and everything you need to form your legal partnerships and all that stuff. All that's going to be in your back office where you pull up all those documents stuff. You literally form your legal partnership. Then y'all team up on a deal, maybe on buying a hotel, right? Buying a shopping center, buying a mixed-use property. You're starting to see the power of Flipstream now?
Oh, yeah, I definitely see it. That's why I'm ready to get started.
All right, so let's go back here. Let's do a handheld for you. We're gonna do a handheld just for you because you on here live, Miss Lawrence. I already know she's already signed up. She's already one of our subscription paid members. Okay, congratulations and thank you, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, so you are first time new to this, ain't never done this before, don't know nothing about it. You call me up and say, Calvin, I done signed up for this thing and I'm trying to flip me a property out before my next payment due. Right? Because that's what you're saying, right?
Yep.
Right? I'm trying to flip me a property out and make me about $20,000, $30,000 real quick, in the next 30 days before my next payment due. If I can get 2 of them, that's even great. If I get 3 of them, Lord have mercy, bless you. All right? So we're going to walk you through just how we would do it. Now, what I would do is I would have you to go back to your back office, and there's going to be a calendar there when you first contact me, where you're going to be able to make your appointment with. Okay, you make your appointment. It's going to be a 30-minute to an hour appointment. Once that appointment is confirmed, now you're only going to be able to make that appointment if you are a subscription paying member, because you're not going to be able to get to that part of the site unless you are a subscription paying member. So for all you that's not subscription paying members, you know what you got to do. Take that free trial and then do this, and then just do that 66 cents a day, $19.99 a month. Okay? We're charging you less than a lollipop.
Where do I find that calendar?
Huh?
Where do I find that calendar?
I haven't put it on here yet, but
okay.
But I'm actually working on it tonight and this week. So by Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll have that calendar. Okay. But in the meantime, if you want to call me up, whatever it could be, I'll just shoot you the Zoom link and we'll get on a Zoom. But it's just like we're here now. We're going to be on a Zoom link. This is what we're going to be doing for our clientele when they book a mentorship appointment with us. Okay, we're going to be on Zoom just like we are now, but it's just going to be private. It's going to be just me and you, or maybe me, you, and Mr. Hilson, or maybe you and Mr. Hilson, or whatever the case may be. Okay, we're going to be on Zoom. So I'm going to tell you, all right, so this is your first time doing this. We're going to go over here. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to follow me on Zoom because you're going to be on Zoom too. I want you to go to this website, and I want you to click on this right here, which is PropWire. You're going to click on that. Okay? You're going to click on the go-to link. You're going to open that up, and it's going to take you here. Okay? Now, it's going to ask you to create an account. Don't worry, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just create a free account. I'm already in, so I just click logged in. Okay? I click logged in. It saves my login, and bam, I get to go to my search screen. Now I run a new search, right? Once you got your login and you logged in, you're going to have access to this screen. Okay? Now, as you can see, this is a free account. I'm at 0. I haven't upgraded. I'm going to show you how to use the free account to make $30, $40, $50, $60,000 in some cases a week, definitely within a month. All right. All right, Ms. Lawrence, what state are you in? What state do you want to look for properties?
I'm in Indiana.
All right, so let's go up here. Let's put in Indiana. Indiana, USA. Now, some people say, I want to search just by the state. Now, don't limit yourself to the city. Look for the whole state. Why? Because you don't have to actually be there to flip these properties out. You can actually, in Indiana, you can look for properties in Florida, California, Alabama, Georgia, New Mexico, Wyoming, Nevada. It don't matter. That is the power of technology. Right? Right? Right, Law?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you get to your Indiana, you'll see right here when you first pull it up, you got 3,042,871 properties that you can review in the state of Indiana. I don't think you're ever going to run out of properties to research just in the state of Indiana. Do you?
I don't think so.
Now, what you want to do is, now remember, we're not just looking just for any old properties. We're looking for those properties that is right for what? The assignment of contract. Those properties that you can make money on without any of your own money and none of your own credit. We're looking for those sellers who are motivated sellers. We're not talking about now, Ms. Long, you was in the trucking industry, right?
Yes.
All right. So you know that when you call up shippers, woo, it's a crapshoot, right?
Yes.
Right. You have to make 200-300 calls just to get one shipper signed up, right?
Right.
Okay. So now we're being serious because we've been in the trucking industry, and we know that when you call up them shippers, you will call 200-300 calls a day because that's what it takes just to get one shipper. I mean, you'll make 300 calls before you get 5 shippers to agree to even talk with you. So you're making 300-400 calls a day just to get 5 shippers to talk with you, to get the person in charge to talk with you. And then when you talk to that person, you got to talk to about 50 of them before one of them says, okay, we'll give you a shot. Right? Right?
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating, right? I'm not exaggerating. That's why I say this is great for people who are in the trucking industry. Because your skill set, this will be easy as pie. Because you're not dealing with people you got to convince. You're really not. And we're going to show you how to find those. We're going to show you how to structure your search to show you those properties and those people that basically they got to do something. They really don't have a choice. Okay? So what I'm going to tell you to do is this. Go through here. You're looking at Indiana. First thing we're going to go over here is the property types, the lead types. All right? Remember, we're looking for people that got these houses that pretty much got us here. First one we want to click on is zombie property. Now, right here it tells you a zombie property is, it'll pull up here in a second. Wait for this. Got my cursor. All right. Vacant homes that are in the pre-foreclosure process. These are houses that the people have already been told, look, sir, ma'am, you ain't made your house payments in over a year. And guess what? We getting ready to foreclose on you. Okay? If you don't pay the money that's owed, this $21,000, this $50,000, or whatever it is, bank payments plus your attorney fees. If you don't reinstate this mortgage, guess what? We're gonna foreclose. We're gonna take that home from you. You think those people would be glad to hear you call and say, "Hey, I can pay off that home and put $20,000 in your pocket"?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the first one you're gonna click. You're gonna click that. You're also gonna click vacant homes. Why? Because not only is it pre-foreclosure, but the people done left. They done gave up. You think they'll be glad to hear from you? They done ran out because they trying to run from the bank. I'm tired of these phone calls. I'm tired of these letters. I don't want to be here with the sheriff coming to evict me from my home. Right? You don't think they will welcome your phone call? Put $20,000, $25,000 in the pocket and keep that foreclosure off their credit?
Oh yeah, they will.
All right. So basically, we're looking for these people that, and you definitely want ones that's in pre-foreclosure. You're gonna click that, right? You're gonna click also a very good one. You want high equity. It's amazing. You can put in the search tags and pull up the title of properties that you're looking for, right? How easy can that be? They ain't had nothing like that in the trucking industry, did they? Did they have something in the trucking industry that tells you, well, click this shit because they're going to say yes?
No.
We wish, right? We
Right.
wish. You can't get that. We didn't have that. We just didn't have that. All right. Now, you also want to click absent. Well, you can click absentee owners. A lot of times, absentee owners, you click that. Sometimes they might be renting out the property, but because you already clicked the foreclosures, that's just going to double your chances of finding somebody that really wants to move that house, that really wants that deal. So those are the main things you really want to click on. Now, there's some other stuff that I like to click on. I like intra-family transfers. Why do I like that? Because homes that transfer between two members of the same family, this typically happens because of inheritance or divorce, and it may result in an unwanted property. Look, if you just got divorced and you was a two-income family, y'all had this big $400,000, $300,000 home, right? Payments were $1,900 a month, $2,000 a month, or whatever case may be. You get divorced, and one of you gets the home. What are the chances you think that person can still afford that payment?
It's gonna be very low.
50-50.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot. But chances are, they may try it for a while, but guess what? You don't click that pre-foreclosure, you'll find the ones that's in pre-foreclosure, you'll find that they tried it, but they just couldn't do it. Okay? And on top of that, you may have an instance where, I'm going to tell you right now, if she got the house, whatever the case may be, and, a lot of bad memories in the house. Depending on, how the divorce went, right? You might be mad. You know what? I don't need this big old house. I got a lot of equity into it. I got it. Judge and gave me the house. It was good. I got over $200,000 worth of equity. I'm selling this doggone thing. I'm gonna take the first thing smoking my way that offer me $100,000. I'm taking it. Right?
Yep.
So that's one I like those. I like those. For some reason, I just like those. Another one that you might want to click is what? Probates. Houses inherited after the owner dies. They often sell for cheap because the new owner doesn't want to maintain it. Now, that happens if you drive around your city, you see a lot of abandoned houses. If you go to the public record search, you look up those addresses, you'll see a lot of those abandoned houses were left to somebody who can't take care of the house. They got a house already they own that they're paying for. They can't afford to pay for two houses. They can't pay two property taxes. The house usually got $30,000 to $40,000 of damage to repair. They ain't got $30,000 to $40,000 to fix it up so they can rent it out. So they're like stuck like Chuck, right?
Right.
Okay. They got to do something. Okay. I like those. All right. So I just click that just to be clear. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do, you want to look at property types. Okay. Now, as someone like yourself who was brand new to this, Ms. Lawrence, my advice, well, first of all, let it finish calculating and find these houses. Let's have so remember, we started out with over what? 2 million of these doggone things. So we're still looking at 2,200,000 homes. Well, we started out with what? What did we start out with? Like,
I think it was a little over 3 million.
Yeah, it was over 3 million. All right. So now we're going to really narrow this thing down. Let's go to property types. Now, you don't want to be looking at multifamily properties and condos and all that type of stuff. Look, mobile homes is now Mr. Law will tell you, he used to specialize in flipping mobile homes, right?
Yes, I did.
But you got to know what you're looking at, right? You got to know what you're looking at. So, but right now, because you're new to this, Ms. Lawrence, I'm gonna tell you, just do single family homes. Okay. Just do single family homes because you're gonna get good offers when you put this out to the investor. When you put this out onto the cash buyers network in MLS, those people that we buy homes, they're gonna make you decent offers on single family homes. On mobile homes, Mr. Law will tell you those are mobile homes. Chances are those are what $3,000 deals, $4,000 deals, and $5,000 deals, right?
Right.
But they're quick $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000. On single family home, those could be 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 deals on one deal. Okay, that's the difference. And because you told me I need to make some money, I need to make a lot of money, I need to do it within the next 30 days. So you single family homes. Okay. Now you're gonna go with the price. Now what you're gonna do is this. Don't ever click list price because list price means it's listed on the MLS somewhere. Right? Right, Mr. Law?
Right.
You don't want to be dealing with real. You don't want to deal with something that's already listed. You want them off what? Market homes. Right?
Off the market.
You
completely
want
off the market.
Off market. You want them people who are running from the bank, trying to hide.
And nobody else knows about them. And nobody else knows about
That's what you want, man. You want them ugly houses. You want them houses with the roof done halfway off. You want them houses with the front door and the back door being kicked in. You want them houses where all the junk is still in the yard. You want them houses that nobody else want or know about. They're the ones you're going to make that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 profit. Trust me on this. They're the ones you're going to make the money on. Okay?
Correct.
So you're going to go to where it says estimated value. Right? Now, I'm going to tell you something else. A lot of people go to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to click on the ones that's worth $500,000. Well, what sense does that make? Somebody that had enough credit to get a $500,000 home, you don't think they got resources still that they can go back and reclaim their home?
Yeah, they probably can.
Exactly. So ain't nothing you trying to call deal. Now, don't get me wrong. You can put deals together with them too, but it's going to be much more difficult. Why? Because they know what their house is valued at, and they want what? More money for their house. Right, Mr. Law?
Right on.
They're going to want more money. So I tell you, don't do more than $200,000 on the value. Okay? So you got that clicked in there.
Okay.
Now you're down to 1.4 million. It's going to drop down a little bit more once we finish calculating it. See how it's computing and giving. Now you're down to 693,000. Right? Now you're gonna go over here. You're gonna go here. Don't worry about the bedrooms and all that stuff. You're gonna go here to the more section. And we're gonna tell you to go down here to where it says the owner filters. Okay? Go to the owner filters, and you want to look at homes that are owned by individuals. You don't want to look at these businesses and bank trusts and all. You want to look at just the homes that are owned by individuals. Right? You're gonna click save and close. It's gonna do your final recalculation. It's gonna tell you, you're looking at how many homes that fit your criteria in Indiana. Looking at 573,169 homes that fit the criteria of what you just outlined. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that a beautiful thing? This don't sit here and give you.
That means they got a lot of work to do.
but it's quick work though. It ain't hard work. Now I want you to check this out. First up the bat, you got this home right here, 83% equity, estimated value of $158,589. It is off market. It's an empty nester. Let's check this other stuff. It is pre-foreclosure and it's vacant. Right?
Perfect combination.
Now, it does say auction. I don't like.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't like when you see that auction. I kind of pass on by. Why? Because if you go into auction, that means you're gonna be in a bidding war. You don't want to bid on stuff. You want to make an offer on stuff, right?
Right.
All right. So we're gonna go on down here. We're gonna skip that one because that's low equity. We're gonna skip that low equity one.
So when it has low equity, that means they owe a lot of money on it.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
a little bit.
Well, that means that the difference between what they owe on it and what it's worth is very little.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? You can have a home that owes a lot of money on it, but it may be worth a whole lot of money too. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So a home, someone may owe $100,000 on a $300,000 house, but it may be worth, like I say, it may be worth $300,000. So that's what? That's $200,000 of equity, right?
Right.
So a deal like that would still work, right? So you're looking for the high equity. Here's one right here. All right, 88% in the equity. You want the high equity. Okay. Estimated value, $112,585. Individually owned, absentee owner. Let's check the other things on it. Thing on there. I mean, I could click on it, and show you, but I think it's got the pre-foreclosure, and all that too.
Another doggone auction.
Yeah, I don't like auctions. Let me check. I think I saw where it said, might have said auction. But see right here, they owe $12,404.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's worth $100,000. Estimated. No, that's the equity. Estimated value is $112,000. Okay, they owe a little over $12,000 on the property. Okay, let's go and see what else is going on. So they give you all the information on it. Scroll down, residential, square footage. It has no delinquent taxes. That's good. The assessed value is $97,900. That's tax value. So just on the tax value, it's got a lot of equity in it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Things you want to see. Market. All right, foreclosure detail. Lease pending, so it's in pre-foreclosure. I don't know why they say auction, because there's no auction date or time on it. So it's not auction.
Okay.
Right? So this will work. Now I'm gonna tell you why this will work. I know off rip this will work, but I'm gonna explain to you why it works. So that way, when you do your first 3 or 4, when you walk through these like this, you'll know why this is a good one for you. Okay, and you'll know how to work your numbers. All right. The key things you are looking for in any deal like this, first of all, is equity. I would tell someone who is new, don't you deal with anything that has less than 70% or 75% in it. Okay? But someone who's new like yourself, first time out, I always deal with the ones that's at least 75% in it. Because even if you screw up, you're going to make money. Right? If you got one that died there about 50% equity, you can screw up and say, man, ain't make no money on the dog. You ain't got no room to screw up. All right. So you want to start out with the one that give you plenty of room to screw up. Okay. Give you a lot of room. Okay. That's what you want. You want a lot of room. So even if you jump off and it's around your neck, you got enough rope that you still might touch the ground. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So you want to look at the ones that got plenty of room. All right. So first of all, look for the high equity. Right? Check that difference between that and that right there. So it's got plenty of equity, $100,000 worth of equity. The key things you're gonna look for. You're gonna be looking for the loan balance. Okay. Don't do like my partner did and went down to where it said the foreclosure balance. So it said nothing. Well, I don't hold that down. How come we got? How come we? You know what I'm saying? No, you don't want to go down there. You want to look for estimated loan balance. So in this first top tier right here, the things you want to look for is value, estimated the equity, and that percentage right there, the high equity. Make sure it's above 75%. Then the next thing you want to do, you want to go over here where it says that first mortgage. You want to look to see if there's any money left owed on that first mortgage. That's good. $12,404. Now, why would someone not pay that? Hey, that's good. I know you and me will say, man, if I don't owe that, I'll go ahead and pay that thing off. But you don't know you don't know the story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's 1,000,001 reason why somebody is not be able to pay that thing off. Okay? They may not be the original owners. It could have been left to them. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And the people that got it, they just can't afford to, do whatever they do to it. Looks like it's in a decent neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Decent house, right? Decent neighborhood. Now you can't really see the back of it, but I don't care if the whole back is blown out. That don't make no $9 to me, because that's what I want. I'm serious. That's what you want, right, Law? That's what you want, right?
Yes, sir.
To be honest with you, that's what you want. Okay. So look through here. It's got no delinquent taxes. That's good. Another thing you want to look at, that total assessed value. Now, if this thing had a total assessed value of $30-some thousand, I'd probably be like, I don't know. Some ain't right. If the tax value is only $30-some thousand, why in the world would the market value be $112,000?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? That lets you, that's a clue that something ain't right. So check that tax value, and that tax value is coming in close to that equity. Oh man, you in good shape. I can tell you right now, before I even start doing my calculations, I can set this up for you when you make probably $40,000.
Well, let's get it set up.
Hold up, now let's show you how to do it. Now. We don't just want to do this for you. Let's show you how to do it. Okay? Let's show you how to do it. All right. So, all right. See, this is my partner was making his mistake. He was coming out here and saying foreclosure details, unpaid amount, 0. Well, why you don't own that on it? No. That's only way to say that because it hasn't foreclosed yet. It's in pre-foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
When you have an amount down here, that means it has gone to auction and no one bid on it.
Now, that's a really good one if you get one down there.
Exactly. That means it's gone to auction and no one bid on it. Because you know when it goes back to the bank like that, oh, the bank ready to get that. They ready to give that dog thing just to get the bad order. Okay? But that also could mean there could be an IRS lien that you don't know about. Right?
Right. So how do we find that?
Well, you got to go to your public records, which we got that covered too. Okay, that's in your Rolodex. All right. But let's go through this. All right. So now you got all that looked up. So everything looks good. Okay. Now, you even got a number for a trustee. And this the guy who's trying to make sure that the bank get their money. That's the law firm that's trying to make sure that they represent the lender. The trustee is usually the lender's lawyer. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So here's what you want to do. You want to pull up your old calculator. Pull up your old calculator. We love the calculator. Don't we, Mr. Law? We love the calculator.
Oh, man. You got them everywhere.
Calculator is our friend. All right? All right. So what you want to do is this. First of all, you got to know something. First of all, you got to know what your end buyers, how they're going to calculate what they're going to offer you. Because remember, everything that you do, you're doing it based on what you can get for this on the end, right?
Right.
So knowing that these cash, we buy homes cash, we buy ugly houses, we buy houses sight unseen. Their calculation is this: they are never going to pay more than 70% of the after repaired value. Okay.
Okay.
Now we already know that the estimated value is $112,585. We also know that the tax assessed value is $97,900, roughly $98,000, right?
Right.
So for you as a beginner, I would tell you to base your numbers on the tax assessed value and not the estimated value. Now, me and Mr. Law, we'll base our numbers on the estimated value. But because you're brand new, okay, don't know what you're doing, this is your first time out, right?
Right.
You want to assess your money that you're going to make based on the estimated value. So we know that the estimated value is roughly $98,000, right?
No, you mean tax assessed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The tax assessed value. I'm sorry. You want to make your numbers based on the tax assessed value, not the estimated value. You understand?
Okay.
You understand why we're doing that, Ms. Loss?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a brilliant concept too. Most people don't know that.
No.
Most people struggle with trying to figure out the value, but if only you just work with the tax assessed value, you have better deals.
You ain't gonna never go wrong. And you're guaranteed, and not only are you guaranteed to make money, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna make more money than you calculate. Right?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. So based on that 98,000 and not the 112,000, you're based on the 98,000. You know that they got a balance of $12,404. That much has to be paid off. So you're gonna take that 98,000 and you're gonna start calculating like you are the end buyer, like you one of them cash buyers. You one of them people we buy houses We buy houses sight unseen, right? So you're gonna take that and you're gonna say, okay, if I get 50% of the tax value, when you already know these people are gonna offer somewhere between 40 and 70% of the what? After repair value.
Mm-hmm. Estimated value, in other words.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now, 9 times out of 10, they come in around about what, 55 to 60%, right, Mr. Law?
Mm-hmm.
Nine
Yeah.
times, if you list it on that type of MLS, you're gonna get a 55 or 60% off.
All day.
Okay. But let's say you desperate off of money. You knew and you desperate money, and you just want to, you just want to hit you a little, just a little lick, not a big lick, but a little lick, right? And you made it jump on the first offer that comes smoke. Somebody comes and say, yeah, I'll give you 40%. Oh, give me that. You know, right? But we gotta base this on 50%. So if you take that minus 50%, not the 60%, which we really think you're gonna get of this amount, but we base it 50% on the 90 on the tax assessment value. Now you understand our logic?
Uh-huh.
So that's gonna give you, hold up, I just did 50. That was right. Minus 50%. So that means you can probably expect an offer from the people who are going to be buying this contract for you of at least $49,000 on the low end, right? Now, remember, they only owe $12,404. So if you paid them that and offered them what, $15,000 on top of that, right? So you take what they owe, 12,404 plus 15,000. So basically, you offer to pay off their mortgage, keep it off their credit, right, and put in their pocket more than what they owed on. You know, people be happy to hear from you. So you're making an offer of 27,404, right?
Okay.
27,404, 49,000 is what you already is what you gonna get for it when you post it, because that's if they only offer you what, 50% of what, the tax assessment value.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we said 27,404 is what the offer's gonna be.
Yep.
That minus 27,404. Guess how much money you done made? You done made $21,596 based on the taxes paid. You think you can live with that?
I can.
Look,
right.
This
right.
is contract flip. Okay? You gotta come up with none of your own money. You just work the deal, find the deal, work them, identify, put in the tax you need to put in, you should identify the right deal. Now, let's say, what you're really probably gonna get. We just did this to show you how you're gonna make money, even if it's on your tax assessed value, you only get half of that. But in reality, you're gonna really be looking at 112,585 minus about 60%, 67,551 minus 27,404, 67,551, 67,551 minus 27,404. That's what the offer you're making them. Remember I told you $40,000?
Uh-huh.
Look, I got to the point where I can look at these and tell you what you would probably make on it. I can just look at them by setting them up. And look, by the time we're done with you, you're going to be able to do that too. You're literally going to be able to look at it and say, okay, yeah, this is a deal I can make $40,000. This is a deal I can make a minimum of $20,000. Oh, this is a deal I can make $30,000. You're going to be able to just by looking at all of the variables and know that you're going to be able to make money. Now, Check this out. Now that you've found that, now you want to find the owner. Click on the owner. Look at this. The owner's name is this right here. His last known mailing address is that right there, which is, I do believe, is different from the mailing address of the property. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Cesar, that is his mailing address. Right?
Right.
Okay, that's his name, that's his mailing address. Okay, you don't know the phone number yet, but don't worry about it. We got that covered too. So on here, you can. Do you have to pay for
so because I noticed that he had a trustee, like the lawyer or whatever on that property.
Yeah.
So we don't have to contact them.
No, because when you contact them, they're gonna tell you, well, the owner has to agree to it, which means they're gonna contact the owner. Let them know, hey, that's why I don't make an offer. You want to entertain? So you might as well just go straight to what the owner, if you can find them, right? Mm-hmm. If you can't find them, then contact the lawyer, because the lawyer ultimately wants to get the bank their money. Okay, but don't go directly to them. Okay. So you really want to go to the owner, because the lawyer does not have the lawyer is thinking with a business head, right? But that owner is emotional, right? There's a reason why that owner left that house, right?
Right.
Because they panicked. They were scared. I'm serious. They were panicked. They were scared. Because I'll be honest with you, you can't just take someone's house in under 3 years. It takes almost 3 years to do a full foreclosure. And that owner has, up until the confirmation, after the home has been auctioned off and someone has put in a winning bid, even after the home has been auctioned off, there's still a confirmation period that's 120 days. See, because here's what people don't understand. When a home goes into foreclosure, that home has gone almost a year and a half without any payments being made on it. That's when it goes into pre-foreclosure. After it goes into pre-foreclosure, it takes about 9 months from the time it goes into pre-foreclosure for the judge to set a hearing date. When the judge sets a hearing date, the judge is going to have everybody come to court, and the judge is going to make a decision if the bank is warranted in foreclosure on the home. You saw this with the Elvis property, right? Bank tried to foreclose on it, went to the foreclosure hearing, the judge saw it, and there was some evidence introduced. Oh, some don't look quite right here. Well, no, I'm going to block this foreclosure. That happens, believe it or not. That happens. And it happens more often than people know about. People they ain't paid a dime on the house in the whole year and a half, but it gets to court, and the judge or the people's attorney or whoever may be representing them, they notice some improprieties that the bank has done. And when the judge sees that, oh no, you all tried to make interest on this home, but you never paid the owner any of that interest. Because you do what? And this happens all the time. You sold the mortgage to another, you bought the mortgage from another mortgage company. Right? Okay. So when you bought the mortgage from another mortgage company, the other mortgage company made money on the interest. Did they credit the homeowner any of that interest? Because the interest made on any type of note goes to the person who signed on the note. Right?
Right.
So if that mortgage company that sold you the note didn't deduct or credit that homeowner any of the interest, guess what? The judge said, no. I'm not going to let you foreclose on this because, y'all didn't quite do what y'all were supposed to be doing. You didn't do it the right way. That could happen. But let's say the judge sets it for I find that this home should be foreclosed on, and we're going to set an auction date for 90 days from now. So that 90 days, anytime during that time, that homeowner can still catch up on their payments and reclaim their home. Even after it goes to auction and somebody bids on it, they win the bid, right? It still has to go another 120 days in confirmation before that person can say, Mr. Homeowner, you got to leave this house. You got to get out. This is my house. It still has to go to confirmation because in the United States, you can't just take someone's property. legally, you have to exhaust every legal maneuver, every legal means. Then you must give that person every single opportunity to reclaim their property. And most people don't know that. Because when they get that pre-foreclosure loan, I noticed before they even go to a hearing, they done took off and left.
Uh-huh.
And that's what these people did. Because they ain't got to the auction yet. Right? They done took off and left. But those are the ones you want. Because they're what? Motivated sellers. In their mind, they done lost. In their mind, they done lost it all already. That's why they left. If they weren't thinking that they had lost, they would still be there fighting. Right?
Right.
But in their mindset is, baby, we done lost this. I'm sorry, we just lost. I ain't got the 20-something thousand. I ain't got the 12,000 to pay it off. I ain't got that. I just don't got it. You know. And plus, it's, you know, got some damage. You know, the doggone tree fell on the roof last year. That's about $16,000 damage. Even if we were to keep it, nah, we done lost. And here you come, right? They thinking they lost. Here you come, Mr. What's his name? Thorndike, Mr. Thorndike. My name is Ms. Lawrence. I'm a real estate investor, and I represent a network of cash buyers. And I'd like to make you an offer on the property located at 2922 North Weber Street. Well, the bank done foreclosed on. No, Mr. Weber, it's not completely foreclosed on yet. Okay, I can make you an offer where you can, that would pay off your on the loan on it, keep that foreclosure off your record, and let's say I put $15,000 in your pocket on top of that. Would that help you and your family out? You think he's glad to get that phone call?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Look, so when I tell you that this is 1,000 times easier than the trucking industry, now you believe it, right?
Yes.
Because you know what it takes just to get a carrier or on an operator on the phone. Man, I don't need no freaking dispatch. What am I gonna pay you 10% so I can find
Right.
You hear that? You hear that 50 times a day, don't you? Right?
Yep.
And all you trying to make is a little on 10%. You can't get them to pay you 5-6%. Right? Yeah, you know I'm right.
Yeah.
You know I'm right. Okay? So for someone with your skill set, people who have been in the trucking industry on the dispatch side and the freight brokerage side, for someone with that type of skill set, this is a cakewalk. I'm telling you, it's a cakewalk. It's a cakewalk. Because we went through this and we got down to about the third or fourth property that we saw in there. And remember, we ain't looked at the rest of them yet. I mean, you still got on the what? 10,000 properties look at. So if you found this one in that short period of time, you think you can find about 9, 10, 12 more?
Oh yeah.
And now remember, because I'm walking through this step by step like a baby. It's taking us a little bit longer, but look, I can do this in 15 minutes. And once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do it in 15, 20 minutes. How many properties can you identify, right? And send your letters out to or make phone calls to, probably 50, 60 in a week. If you really serious about it, you can do a few hundred.
Yeah.
You can identify and approach a few hundred people. Look, look, Lord, when I tell you, people don't know what they have landed on if they come on with this slipstream. When I tell you, they have no idea the opportunity that they have landed. Because what we have just taught her here tonight, I paid almost $15,000 for. You almost paid that much money for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. There are people out there right now who are paying $7,000, $10,000, $15,000 for what you just learned here tonight. And this is not all that we're going to teach you. This is just a beginner's introduction into this real estate investment type thing. This is just the first little strategy. This right here. Okay? Because I'm telling you, once you start doing them multifamily 1 to 4 units, and you start venturing into some hotel deals and some mixed use properties, when you talking, I mean, you think making $50,000, $60,000 or $20,000 on a deal is good. When you start making $500,000 on a deal, you understand what I'm saying? Those deals are just as possible once you get to that level, but you got to start here. And this starting point is way more than most people even imagine that they could do in what they can make. But this is just the first little starting point. And we just literally gave it away tonight to a bunch of people who kind of savvy and know what they're doing. We just basically, take it. Right?
Right.
But if you want to use all of the tools and resources that we have put together, and you want us to mentor you on this stuff and connect you with other investors and stuff that you can partner with later on and all this other stuff, come on. I mean, $19.99 a month, that's not too much to ask for that. In fact, that's a steal.
It is.
Okay. All right.
Definitely
So
not
what
gonna
I'm
get it
going to do
nowhere
is, I'm going to save this right here. I'm going to add it to my save. All right. And what I am going to do is, when you are ready to log in yourself, and we're going to on Zoom, I'll walk you back through this with it. You can kind of have this with it. We're going to go ahead and show you how to pull up the owner's name, because you can take this right here. You got the owner's information right. Now, I think you got to pay for a skip trace. Yeah, you got to add money, pay for a skip trace on here. But don't mind that. Whoa. Don't mind that, because I'm going to do this for you. You just copy. I'll show you how you can find this in Flipstream. Okay, but you got to do it in Flipstream. Okay, we're going to come down here and we're going to go to evaluate properties, and we're going to go to the skip trace, true people search. Oh, look at here. A free skip trace. Look up anyone for free. You like that, don't you?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and put in a name real quick. Let's do a search real quick. Okay, Mr. Karaoke, 62 years old. That's the right city and state, right?
Yep.
Used to live. That's okay. Yeah. So we think we got the right person? I think we got the right person. What you think? You think we got the right person?
Yep.
I think we got the right person.
I think we got the right person. Let's click view details. Well, is that a phone number?
Right there.
Is that an address? Is that a current address? What's going down here? Oh, do I have other possible phone numbers?
Wow.
Possible primary phone number. Last reported April 2024. AT&T. Oh, a landline. Oh, hold up here. All these past phone numbers. I'm bound to. You are bound to track this guy down, right? Hold up, we ain't done. Let's scroll on down a little bit further. Oh, we got email addresses. What you say? In case the phone numbers ain't right, one of these email addresses bound to be right. Ain't that so? And how much I paid for this?
I think you said it was free.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll be doggone.
Yeah.
Let's go down here. Previous addresses? Oh, my Lord. Possible associates? Oh, God. Hold on. If I can't find him, I can find somebody he knows. Who might know him? Man, get in the back seat. Let's go for a ride. Look, remember I told you, if you search hard, you got all these places where go and Google skip trade. They want you to pay money for it, right? I'm not told you search hard enough. Well, see, I don't spend the time searching hard enough for y'all. And I put everything into Flipstream, so you ain't got to search hard enough. Makes sense to you? Ms. Lawrence, this making sense to you?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
All right.
Yes.
This is your deal, okay? Everybody who listens to this video, we just basically walk you through your first deal. Now, once you contact that person or you get all their contact information, you're going to go back over here to Flipstream, all right? And you're going to go to your documents and contracts. You're going to go down here to legal library agreements and forms. Click on that bad boy real quick. You're going to go in here and you're going to download your assignment. Now, we're going to have a better version of it. I just put these here so I can show y'all stuff. But Mr. Law got something that he used. I mean, when I say they're perfect, especially for beginners. Okay? And I'm going to be loading them up probably tonight and tomorrow. You sent me over quite a few of them, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. We loaded.
So give me a little time to get them all loaded up. Okay? But we're going to have them for you. But you can use this one too if you like to. So the assignment of contract. I think this is what, the PDF? Yeah, the PDF version. Now, you notice I have this in both PDF. Every contract that I'm going to put in here is going to be in both PDF and Word. Because some people don't have a PDF where you can edit the PDF, but everybody should be able to edit the Word, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I got them both in. So for tonight purposes, just to showing people what they look like, let's do the PDF because it's easier to pull up and it doesn't disrupt our broadcast. You do that Word, it's got to pull up a whole other file, off the whole thing, and you know how that is. But the PDF just pops up right there, pulls up the PDF, and this is your assignment of agreement. Now, as Mr. Lawwood so eloquently said, I like transparency. So my assignments pretty much let people know, okay, this assignment agreement made this day of such. See, here it says this purchase agreement, right? But see, I just come out and say, yeah, I mean, it's an assignment. Because look, I'm dealing with the people and not dealing with the realtor. I'm not dealing with the trustee. I'm dealing with this person who is so emotional distraught that they done gave up and they done left their house. You think that person is really concerned whether this is an assignment or if this is or an outright purchase? Do you think they really care?
They're not.
No, as long as they get their money.
Exactly. So that's why I try my best to make sure I contact the person. So when I'm contacting them, I'm just telling them straight up. Because they done had so many people to tell them other things that didn't come through. It's going to be a refreshing thing to deal with someone who is fully transparent. See, the part of the reason why I do this, because it's an act of trust. You see what I'm saying? I'm extending that act of trust between me and them. Okay, versus me telling them, well, yeah, you know, I'm a buyer, this is and that, and then kind of find out later on, they may find out, well, you're not the actual buyer. Well, you told me that. I don't do that, and I don't trust you. You're just like everybody else. Right? Right? So I mean, I'm looking at it from their point of view. Okay. These are people who are so panicked and so fearful that they left their home way before they should have. Right? And believe it or not, that is 90% of everybody who received that pre-foreclosure letter. You think you're going to be able to help out a lot of people?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Now, there's another strategy that we're going to teach y'all later on. I know y'all been hearing on television all these people talking about contacting people who are owed surplus money. Got the house before.
Oh, yes. I've be seeing that on Facebook too.
Yeah. All right. They teach that course, but they want you to pay, I think it's like $5,000 to take that course. Or something like that. And the ones that don't want you to pay $5,000 is $1,500 a month. to be a part of their network to access the list of the people and know how to find them. Well, I haven't even told Mr. Law this. I'm gonna go ahead and find all the county and municipality where, because if we already have access to the national public directory, right, Mr. Law? We already have that.
Yes, sir.
So somewhere in there, in that same public directory, is a department that has all those surplus listed of everybody that's owed surplus money. You see where I'm going with this, Mr. Law?
Absolutely.
So
another income stream.
That's a strategy that we're going to include in on Flipstream. Once I figure out where that department is with it, because if we already have the public directory. Public directory is basically just access to the clerk of the courts and all the stuff dealing with property. Every foreclosure, every document is in the public's directory. So somewhere in there, we just got to figure out where to. Got to go through and try to and just pinpoint what department handles that. And then once we do that, then bam, we have what we need to teach this on Flipstream, right? For your little old $19.99 a month if you want the first 1,000 subscribers. You ain't got to pay that $1,500. You ain't got to pay that $5,000 to learn something we can teach you right here in Flipstream for $19.99. Why ain't that something?
Miracle.
Look, I know I've been hyping this all week. Last 2 weeks, y'all been seeing all my postings. But Ms. Long, did you have any idea it was going to be this good?
No, and lucrative.
Did I exaggerate when I said you can do $20,000 a week?
No.
Not at all. If anything, I didn't put enough. I'll be honest with you. There ain't nothing out there like this. Real estate, there is a reason. There is a reason why real estate is the most lucrative thing you can do. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why real estate has created more millionaires than any other industry. There's a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you, anybody can do it. With the proper tools, resources, training, and mentorship. And that's what Flipstream is. Now, this assignment of contract, this is your assignment of contract. This is one of them. This is about the most transparent one you're gonna see. Okay. It basically tells you, yeah, I'm gonna assign this to an end buyer, blah, 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 blah. I don't mind telling, the seller that I don't mind telling that person because that person, I mean, come on, man, that person has been through so much misinformation and deceit and hidden stuff from them, and that's why they're so scared and why they don't man off and left their home. Every person in pre-foreclosure should not be leaving their home. Even after it goes to auction and is sold at auction, you still got 120 days of confirmation period. Yeah, I'm spilling the beans. I'm telling it. You right? Because nobody else ain't gonna tell you that. They ain't gonna tell you that. They ain't gonna tell you that. But I'm telling you, I'm spilling the beans. So that's what we do on Flipstream Live. Right, Mr. Law?
Absolutely right.
Sunday, from now on, every Sunday at 10:15 a.m. when you tune in to Flipstream Live, boy, y'all better be ready to hear us drop some nuggets.
So it's going to be at 10 in the morning and not in the evening?
No, we just did it this time in the evening because we had to wait 24 hours before we can go live on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
But we're going to be doing it 10:15 every Sunday morning. And we're going to be dropping some nuggets. Right? Mr. Law, we're gonna drop some nuggets. Because, man, we
Absolutely.
have... Look. Look. Law and I have had some conversation just between us that we should have been recording.
Yeah, we really hadn't even scratched the surface yet.
Look.
Debuting Flip
This is
stream right
just
now.
this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Flip Street. What we have shown you all here tonight, and we have taken someone, Ms. Lawrence, who is brand new to the industry. Matter of fact, you just signed up. Your month's subscription went active yesterday.
Yep. I signed up yesterday and I paid today.
Yeah, you did your free trial, and then this morning around 12 it hit. Okay.
Yep.
So here it is. She just signed up. So in the second day, well, the first day of her active subscription, we done put her on to a deal that to pay her anywhere from 20 to 40,000, 23 to 40,000 dollars.
People are going to have a hard time believing this is possible because your monthly subscription fee is so low.
You know what? And I did that for a reason, because I wanted people. Because look, I want to give everybody the opportunity. Look, I'm a volume type of guy, and you already know that. And everything I do, I deal on volume, right? When someone else is trying to they're trying to make all their money on 100 people. I say the first 1,000 you get it for $19.99. Because look, because I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what and no other creator of apps will tell you this. Here's what I'm gonna do. When we get that first 1,000 subscribers, that's gonna give us a revenue of about $20,000 per month. We're going to reinvest that $20,000 into better software. You see what we're doing? We're going to reinvest that $20,000 into better software and into marketing and advertising. We are offering 100. Let me go to my pricing plans. We are offering 100 lifetime memberships, just 100 of them. Once we hit that 100 lifetime memberships, no more lifetime memberships. There's only 100 available. That's going to give us $250,000. You think we can make something happen with that $250,000 when it comes to upgrading the site?
Oh yeah.
In this platform? Come on, man.
Definitely.
Now, everybody else that comes in after that first 1,000 subscribers, they got to pay that $79 a month. And ain't nobody going to be able to get a lifetime membership after the 100 have no gone. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why we do what we do now with the mentorship and doing all this stuff, because we want to repay those first 1,000 members for helping us get to where we need to be. Okay, that is the reason why. If the first one, if we get the early access members, those are the people who really invested in us. That's why we're putting out so much more to them. Okay, and you all are going to be able to partner with us, Mr. Lowe and I, on some deals that we're going to be going on. Some of the stuff that we're going to be doing, you know. And when you partner with us, it's not like we're going to be asking for 50%. We're talking about 10% cut on some of the stuff that we partner with you. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. I mean, when you create something for the masses, you don't have to make a whole lot of money on one person.
Right.
And in that, you are literally giving more than you are receiving to each individual person. But as a whole, yes, you all are giving a lot. But one-on-one individual, we're giving you way more than you give us. You get a whole lot more return on your money than you would anywhere else. I don't mind being transparent about that, because, look, for some reason, I'm able to break things down and explain them to people to where they get it. Don't ask me where it came from. It just always been. Even when I was a child, I used to convince my mother not to give me a whoop. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Now, I couldn't put that past my grandmama now. But my mom, my granddaddy, my daddy, yeah, I had him in my back pocket. Yeah, I'm just being honest with you, right? But when it all boils down, you Flipstream is worth way more than what you're putting out. I guarantee you. I guarantee. Just this little bit of knowledge that we shared tonight is more than that $19.99 a month.
I know.
I guarantee that. It's worth more than the $2,500 whole lifetime membership.
Mm-hmm.
There are companies out there that are charging $15,000 just to learn what we have shared with you all tonight. And we walked Miss Lawrence through this step by step, held her by the hand, and in about 25 to a half hours, show her, not just show her, but identify the deal. File the numbers, the email address of the person you talk to, giving her the document and contract stuff she needs to fill out to send. And she can still make an appointment with us to do a one-on-one with some other stuff she may need to have done.
Can't beat it for $20.
I know.
Okay.
And in this business, it's all about simplicity. I've been in this business now for 10 years, and the more you learn, the more you realize the power is in simplicity. You know, there's a lot to this business, but it doesn't require you to know everything. What Calvin just broke down to you was a very slim niche or niche in the business that most people you get this whole big old pie called, you know, real estate, and you're trying to eat the whole thing, trying to take it all in. First of all, it costs you an arm and a leg. What Calvin just did is said, you know, you'll be able to taste this and benefit from it if you just take a bite. Just get a small slice. And how about we get the sweetest part of it, and let's get you that. $20, here you go. You know, save your money. Don't waste all your money and all your years beating your head up against the wall trying to figure real estate out. To go in, we haven't scratched the surface yet of the leverage.
No, we
that you know, real estate, making money in real estate. The reason why you can make money is because it's all about leverage. It's not about your dollar matching the product that you're buying. It's about leverage. How can you put enough pressure on a certain point in the process to get what you need out of it? And what Calvin just did was zeroed in on what takes years and years and years of experience to know to even go to that point. Most people seasoned in the business wouldn't go about it that way. You know, me and Calvin, we talk all the time about certain, you know, we negotiate what tools, you know, some tools that I'm used to using, that I'm seeing in the business need to be used. You know, sometimes I'll be saying, hey man, this is what normal people in the business are going to be thinking. But the beauty of this is a very a very powerful lane that he just described to you that most people would just overlook because they're looking at so much of the big picture. They're not able to reduce things down to what you're ultimately needing to do to get the results you want. And in this business, you're going to have to find people who need help. You're going to have to find people who need to sell their properties. But then if in your first 5 years in the business, you may recognize that you need to find people that need help. But then what you're going to find is you don't know what those people look like. You don't know what makes a person be in that position of need. Calvin just eloquently described that. You know, in most cases, we're dealing with distressed owners. That means distressed properties. That means something about this is in bad shape. Either the owner is in bad shape financially, or the house is in bad shape physically. Structurally. Yeah. But to be on the computer using this technology and be able to look at it and say, well, I don't have to look at the house. I can look at this person's financial situation, and I don't have to guess whether they need my help. The math that Calvin just laid out for you is so simple. We know this person has a lot of equity in this house, not 100%, which means they still owe something,
Mm-hmm.
right? They still owe something, but it's a small amount. You go in there, you figure out what they owe. Well, you look for that person is not able to pay for this. Not able to pay for this because it's in foreclosure. It's in pre-foreclosure. You already know this person can't afford this small amount. You come along, get in contact with that person for free of charge. He just showed you what takes years to learn as well. People don't understand what skip trace means. Why is skip tracing even a thing? Finding somebody's phone number. They created skip trace so that if you skip town, the authorities can still find you.
Yep.
Right? So
That's
that's
why
why
it's
they
called
call it
skip
skip
trace.
trace. Right. Okay. So just having all of these tools here in a Rolodex fashion, I don't care if you're a seasoned investor or a newbie, these are the tools. And what Calvin has done, when Calvin and I met, the light bulb went off in my head immediately because I realized what he had done was he had done you the favor of corralling all of the free available tools and put them in one place in a Rolodex. So when you get to that point where you need this, just scroll down. When we needed to find a number, we just skip trace. But don't pay for skip tracing. Why? Why pay for skip tracing? A lot of people around the nation would have you pay for skip tracing. They would just quickly, here's my skip tracing. But why pay for it when it's right there available for you? But you got to do the Google searching and all of that. It could take you forever to find all these tools and to know that they're right there. And by the time you find them, you would have 10 people ready to sell you a good tool before you even get to the free version. As he said, you got to really dig down in the deep parts of Google to find the free stuff or be told about it. Who has time for all of that? Miss Lawrence, all you want to do right now is get your money in the next 30 days. You don't have time to be trying to figure. You didn't come here to figure real estate out. You
Right.
came here to get paid. Real estate is a vehicle like a car. You just want to get where you're going. You're not trying to be a tire. You're not trying to be an engine. You're trying to use these things to get where you're going.
Right.
So I can't say enough about the leverage aspect of what's going on here and how powerful it is. I've been in this for 10 years. I started with $20. I didn't get a chance to tell my story. I started with $20 and all I had was that. In my decision, my choices were to use that $20 to get to work, to get something to eat, or to use this training that I had learned in a seminar. Either choice I made was going to use just about all of the $20. So I wouldn't be able to do anything else with the $20 once I decided. But I realized if I put gas in my car, I'd be able to get to work. If I ate, I would be full, but still need some more food. But neither one of them was going to solve my problem. But this $20 and the information that I had helped me to go. And like he said, I went and started flipping mobile homes. Very similar to this. But guess what I didn't have? I didn't have a flip stream. I didn't have a Rolodex. All I had was some knowledge in my head and $20. All right. Ironically, this only cost $20. How about that? I didn't even think about that. But ironically, you can have my story and a big fat Rolodex with all the tools you need and some help and some seasoned mentors, which cost me, my last mentor cost me $16,000. And that was up front. In fact, it wasn't all up front. He said, I need the first 11 up front. I need that right now. Wire that over to me before we finish this phone call. And that was that was an interesting time in my life to get mentorship like that. And then the other 5,000 came right after that. So on the next phone call. So I think you're coming out really good with this.
Look. Look, thank you so much. No, I appreciate that. And y'all can see why we make such a good team, right? But I'm gonna tell you this. Not only are you gonna make money, but you're gonna have fun doing it. Okay? Because my style of mentorship, as you all know, I may say anything. Right? That's just my style. I'm not the type to, well, you look at this diagram over here, and we're gonna multiply this divided by that, and that's gonna give you your coefficient of, no, that's not me. Okay, that's not me. You know, I speak in a very real, down to earth, you know, terminology. I'm I'm all about, you know, making things in a common way, you know, and but this is not a technical business. It really isn't. It really isn't. Believe it or not, real estate investing on this level is about emotion. It really is. Because the owners who put this thing into motion, the only reason why this whole thing is into motion, the pre-foreclosure, the running out, is because they got emotion, right? They made an emotional decision to leave their home. I mean, think about how distraught a person, how much stress a person has to be under to leave their home. Think about that for a second. And by the time you reach these people, 90% of them have lost all hope. That's why they left. They have no more hope. They did not think that there was a possibility ever that they could ever be able to save that home from foreclosure. So they just up and left. Like you said, skip traces to find someone who's running from something, right? Well, that's why these people are in here, because they're running from their emotional situation. They're running from the stress. They're running from the stress of having the bank calling them every month saying, hey, you know, you're this much behind. You. This one is stacking up. Right? So when you call them up and say, hey, not only can I knock this foreclosure out for you, but I can put $15,000, $25,000 in your pocket.
And you know they need it.
Okay.
See, that's the beauty. That's the beauty. You don't get that even in your first 5, 6, 7 years of doing this business. You don't get that. You don't get that reality. You're looking for it. You're looking for it because the key to making this work is, number one, you got to find a motivated seller. Motivated. That sounds easy. Sounds easy, but trust me, it's not as easy as it sounds. But as Calvin mentioned, it's all about how you look at it. It is easy. It's just as easy as what we just described.
And what I tell you all the time, it's all about the setup. When you're setting, like when we walk Ms. Lawrence through it, in our show, okay, you got to click on this, looking for this. Here's the reason why you're looking for this. Here's the reason why you want to have this and this. Because it's all about the setup. So by the time you get to your results, bang, they're literally putting that motivated seller, that right property with the right equity, with they got to do something. It's all right there for you to just go through, and now you just got to do your little numbers and analyze. And it wasn't really that hard, was it? Once I showed you how to do it.
Very easy.
No, it wasn't.
It's hard to figure out.
It's hard to figure out
what to move out of your way.
Exactly.
What to move out of your way so you can see directly to the simple little thing. You just need a small slice. You can't eat the whole thing. We don't need all 3 million of the people in Indiana. We just need, that one person that is sitting there getting ready. The house is soon to go to auction. That's the beautiful thing about this lesson. And this is just one lesson in real estate, but to me it's so valuable, and it's the right place to start, especially if you're trying to get this business going quickly. You're trying to get it going quickly. Don't waste your time trying to figure out the meaning of motivated seller, the deep-rooted meaning of motivated seller. That could take you 10, 15 years to find out what a true motivated seller is. But if you think about it, these people's houses are weeks and months away from going to auction, okay? If they don't get this house sold to somebody, it's going to auction. As you see, some of these houses we scroll through are already in the auction, already at the auction phase. What that means is we should have had Flipstream sooner. That means we should have been on here sooner. All of those houses that went to auction is money that we lost. Money that we didn't get. That's 20, 30, 40. And Calvin's a lot of times generous. You let me go in there and dispo those houses, we making 70, 80,000 on them. Okay.
Look, I want people to
Okay.
be surprised. I want them
I
to be
know, and I like the way you do it.
I want them to be delightfully surprised when they post it to the cash buyer MLS and they're expecting
Mm-hmm.
20, 30, $40,000. They get back an offer for 65%. They got $60,000. I want them to be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Lord Jesus, help
Well,
me.
that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. Offer little, deliver a lot. I appreciate that, and that's what I like about what you're doing, because wholesaling is really about how low you can get that deal. Now
Exactly.
we're talking about our side of the story, us making money, but ultimately the only two people making money that matters. Really one, and that's the person that's buying this property in the end. They're the
Exactly.
one that matters about whether they're making money or not, and that's what takes so long in this business to get a handle on, understanding how they think. And the beauty of what Calvin has just explained in great detail is that you don't have to worry about them getting paid, because Calvin has dialed this thing in so low to the point where your offer is so low, the price you're buying this property for is so low, and then he's still gonna sell it low. So by the time the end buyer comes along, they're like, "Oh yeah, I have no problem giving
Yeah.
you that
I mean,
amount of money.
the offer is low,
No
but
problem."
the offer is really a godsend to the people that about to lose their home.
Well,
So
understand,
I mean,
that's what I said, Calvin.
they're gonna lose it regardless. They're
Well,
gonna
that's
lose
what
it.
I'm saying. It takes years to understand how to get an offer accepted at a see, in our business, low is high and high is low.
Yeah.
That's what takes so long to learn about this business, which is why it's best to do it this way, because you don't want to have to wrestle with all of that understanding. Okay, when you first come into the business, if you don't have this flip stream opportunity with this mentorship, this eye-opening experience, you're going to come in and the first house comes along for sale, you're going to want to put it under contract because you're thinking somebody's eventually going to buy this house. I want to be the one to make the money off of it when they buy it. But you don't have until eventually. You got until
No.
the end of that contract.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to the
Exactly.
end of that contract, which there, on average, the contract is 30 days. You can push them out 45, 60, 90 if you're lucky. All right. But the average contract is 30 days. And in you got 2 weeks of an inspection period, which we didn't talk a lot about. They call
No.
it the due diligence period. And there's so much we want to get into. What inspired me and Calvin to come together and do this Flip Stream Live
Oh yeah.
was we want to really give you the nuts and bolts of the business. But the beauty of this is simple. So you don't want to have to worry about how do I figure out what a motivated seller is? How do I figure out what price I need to come in at? Yeah, this house will sell eventually, but guess what, Mr. Madam, Mr. Man, this house is not a good deal. So we're going to scrap this one and move on to the next one. But
Yeah.
what Calvin just showed you is how to zero in on the good deal. You build it right there from the start. This person needs help. This person only owes this. We could give them this and $20,000, $15,000 to put in their pocket. We know they're happy. So now one person is happy. Now we get happy when we can go and sell it for a profit, and guess the last person is happy. So you got a win. The end buyer looks at that and says, wow, I'll take that property at that price, because guess what? I can go and put my little money in it and make a whole lot more, and everybody wins.
Exactly.
Everybody wins. And to be honest with you, that is the hardest skill to develop in real estate, especially when you're doing it this way, where everybody wins. That's the key. That's why this was a $17,000 training for zero, and the product only cost you $20. That's why it was so valuable, because you learned what takes 10 to 15 years in this business to learn. You learn that right out the gate.
Look,
And then you're going to go take your money and put it into flipping.
Yeah, look, you talk about the auctions. Like I said, there's so much that we didn't even go into. This is another source here that if you got money to pay cash for a house, this is an auction site where you can literally bid right here on the site, and you literally see the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
16 hours, 30 minutes, 30 minutes and 48 seconds to the auction. Here's one that's going for $9,000. Here's some land that's going for $9,000. 20 hours and 30 minutes and 41 seconds, 39 seconds. It's
I might
counting down
need to get
right
that.
now. you can literally come on here and you can do your search criteria to pick, what type of houses you want to bid on, you want to put your bid in on. What if you want to do just land, you just land. You want to do big, stuff like this, do this. I mean, look at this, $33,000. $33,000 is what the current highest bid is, right?
And it's only 3 more days on the bid. You wait to bid day 3 and come in at 40 and you win.
Exactly. Only 3 more days left on the bidding. So I mean, and that's one page of how many? And this is in California. That's one page of.
But Calvin, check this out, Calvin. Once you get your money off of doing these assignments, then you come right over to this, and you go ahead and join the auction.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. Flipstream is more than we started you out with the flipping contracts, because like anything, we want to start people out just like when you're raising a child, right? You don't take a child and send them directly to college. You don't take a child and send them, you don't say, okay, now you can walk. I want you to just walk down to the store and get me this. No, you don't do that. When they just 6 years old, they just learn how to walk. No, 5 years old or whatever it is. No, you gotta, lead them by the hand. So we start them off with something that everybody can do, because it requires none of your own money. It requires no credit, right? And between me and you, we can coach and teach anybody to do to start out here. Now, once you start making money, right, then you can start looking at more lucrative stuff.
Yeah, stuff that's move around in Flipstream.
Exactly. Stuff that will come here, which we have all that here. We have the tools and resources to all that stuff in here too. Like I said, we started out with this right here, but eventually, but then once you start making money, we want to move you over to this right here, to this auction site,
right, to the Hub Zoo. Exactly. Grab your property, then go down to the exactly,
and the federally seized property. This is where the federal government seizes property. USDA property search, REOs, and foreclosure. This is the site where the federal government, multifamily homes, farms, and ranches for sale by the U.S. federal government. For whatever reason, the government seized those properties.
Know you're gonna get a good deal on them.
Oh my God! You may be buying. I mean, you may be buying a peanut farm or whatever it is that's producing $12 million a year in revenue. And you may be buying it for $110,000.
And that's another thing that's another reason why this investors lounge is going to be so powerful. Exactly. Because once we start building up people to where they're actually making money, and we start putting teams together, that come in, and now teams are going after some of these government properties. Teams are going after some.
This is where we want to take you. No, really. Welcome to the Flipstream Investors Network Group Lounge, a space for us to connect, share, collaborate, form partnerships with each other. Start by classifying and identifying yourself as one of the following: a deal scout, someone willing and capable of locating, evaluating, identifying eligible properties, and or securing contracts with motivated sellers. That's what we just showed you how to do. We just showed you how to do the work of a deal scout. Right, Ms. Lawrence?
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. And they do this all over the world.
So Ms. Lawrence, once you have 4 or 5 of those underneath your belt, you done made yourself, $300,000 or so, whatever case may be. You average about $40,000, $50,000 a pop. You got about 6 or 7 of them, 9 or 10 of them under your belt. You got some money in the bank, right? You got some play around money with you, right?
Right.
Now you can come here and you can even come here and say, well, I know how to do these deals, but I'm still gonna do my deals myself, but I want to become a financial investor on some of these other deals. They have some other deal scouts, have some other people out, right? because that's what the deal scout is. But then you have the credit investor or partner, someone with FICO score 650 or greater, but may not have the investable time or skill set required to structure a lucrative project. So that person obviously would team up with the deal scout. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? And then you have a financial investor / partner, someone capable of providing the necessary funds needed to secure properties, rehab costs, funding approvals from lenders. Like you have a true fix and flip, a rehab, where the lender would do 85% of the purchase price and 100% of the rehab cost. Well, you need someone that can come up with that 15%. I mean, come on. And so you just do that and you provide a brief resume of the skills, resources, attributes you can contribute to a temporary partnership. See, Flipstream is more than just, we showing you how
it's a movement.
Yeah.
It's a movement. It's a movement.
Look,
it's a movement.
Look, $19.99 a month. That's a no-brainer. I don't care.
Yeah, you're just coming in to help build a company.
I mean,
you just helping. You joining the team.
We just want those first 1,000 people that come in. We need you all to help us to take Flipstream to the next level. But for you all coming in and helping us to do that with that little $19.99 a month, we're going to give you so much more in return.
Absolutely.
How many platforms you know?
Powerhouse.
How many platforms you know that where you can get on a Zoom with them on a one-on-one during the week and have the type of hand-holding that we just demonstrated with McLaurin?
I know absolutely no one is doing that.
No,
it doesn't exist.
A lot of people claim that, we'll hold your hand through this, but really after you sign up with them, sometimes you can't even get in touch with them.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
You see, this is the beauty. Oh my God. Look, all I can say is this. All I can say is because we're definitely out of time. We done going over long more than we had said we was going to go. But just be here every Sunday, 10 a.m. if you want to learn. But we're gonna be having some crazy conversations, boy. Yes, we're gonna be having some revealing conversations on here, me and Ms. Law. We're gonna be having some revealing conversations, and we're gonna have guests like Ms. Lawrence and other members who have joined Flipstream that they have some questions or just want us to go do a live walkthrough on something that they're trying to do. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what it's all about. But every Sunday you're gonna get a front row seat, right? A front row seat into what makes Flipstream what it is. Okay. Now, during the rest of the week, it's for our members. The rest of the week is for our subscribers. Why? Because that's our time to pay them back for helping us build Flipstream. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely wonderful.
Okay. All right. So that's it. I'm Miss Lawrence. I'm going to try to have this calendar on here. I'm going to try to have this calendar on here by Wednesday. So you can go ahead and schedule your so you can pick times and schedule your one-on-one time, and it's going to be 30 minutes to an hour. We ain't gonna need more than that to kind of go through some stuff. Because once you've done this a couple of times, whoo, I mean, you see how I went through it, right? And once you've done this a couple of times, you're gonna be able to go through it just as easy. Now, yes, it's gonna take some trial and error. It's gonna take us walking you through some stuff and saying, well, no, you don't want to do this. I see you try to do this, but that wasn't the right way to go with that. It's gonna take us going through some stuff with you to get you to the point to where you pretty much got this on your own. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, at least for the first 3 or 4 times, we'll walk you through the deal. We'll walk you through the deal. Now, let's go and finish up. I'm telling you, showing people what you're going to do after you get it, after you set out the contract. We done showed you how to locate the person, right?
Right.
We done showed you how to do the skip trace, with the free skip trace. We showed you how to upload, how to get your contracts, your agreement forms. You fill those out and you send those in. You send it by email. You got the different mailing addresses and mailing addresses. If you need to look up the of the associates to see if anybody still knows this. I mean, come on, you got so many ways to find that person, right?
Right.
So, find the person. Once you've done that, and you send that out to them, and let's say they looked at it and said, okay, oh man, this is a blessing in disguise. I need this. Let me sign this assignment contract and get it back to you. Once you get that back, then we show you got to come down here to the market, right? And the ideal place to place it would be here. Now, this is probably one of the only places where you got to pay a little bit of money once you get your deal in. Okay, you're gonna come here, no hidden fees, all that type of stuff, and you're gonna sign up on here. It says no hidden fees, no commission. No, really. We've streamlined the home listing process to digitize most documents and eliminate unnecessary steps. Our efficiency not only makes it easier to sell a home, it transfers into the best savings available for home sellers. Now, look, you got all this digital app and stuff. This is really when you go and you sell your home to a lot of these, cash buyers. This is like a cash buyer MLS. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get your home for a flat fee MLS, right? They got a lot of cash. But you post this and you list it, and you get a lot of these cash buyers. They're looking at what you have listed, and then they make you offers on it. Well, I'll offer you this much for it, this much for it, that much for it, and that much for it. Yeah, that's one right there. Then you have another one. Now this is really one. We
can list it on multiple sites.
Exactly. Everybody knows who we buy the houses, right? Mm-hmm. You got that. Then you got the one that says we buy houses as is.
Now those are going to be free.
Exactly. You just you basically go and put it out there, and they're gonna make you an offer. They're gonna cost you that.
And then those prices Kevin talking about, they're gonna love to see you come.
Most of the time, you can get them to take care of the closing costs when it goes to closing. Because they say they close in 7 days. Because most of it is just cash deals anyway. So all they really got to do is do the transfer of title, all that type of stuff, warranty deed, or just whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? So right. You got a whole bunch of complicated closings. So there you have it. We've walked you through the entire process. We literally took up by the hand, found a great property. Right? We've already saved it. We've already saved that property. There it is, right there. We already saved it. Okay? She already knows what kind of money she can make on it. We already found the owner. We've already done the skip trace. We got multiple numbers, possible numbers, addresses, email addresses, and associates. She knows where she can get her contracts. Right here on Flipstream. She knows where she can pull up her contracts and stuff. Get them loaded up, fill them out, send them in, and mail them out to the mailing address that they have no what you call it, or send it out to the different email addresses. First, try to make those phone calls. Make sure to see one of those numbers is going to lead you to who that person is. Or you can look up the associates and get their number to call them, see if they know who this person is. Right? Come on, man. Once you get in contact,
really good ones.
Once you get in contact with them, you send them the offer. If they like it, they sign your agreement and your purchase, your letter of intent. Yeah, letter of intent. You assign it. They send that back in. Once you got it on the contract, you go out and find you got to flip that bad boy out.
You're just selling the contract. You're only selling the contract.
That's all you're doing. You ain't never had to touch the house. You never had to fix the house up. You ain't had to clean it up. You ain't had to paint nothing. You ain't had to put not a dime into it. But you stand to make $23,000 to $40,000. Yeah, I like it. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I like it.
I'm gonna like it too.
All right, look, Flipstream is only $19.99 per month for the first 1,000 subscribers. There's no enrollment fee. There's no other upfront fee. Just $19.99 per month. That's 66 cents per day. And you get a 24-hour free trial. Go into it, click around. Now, you're not going to be able to get into the back office stuff. Well, yes, you can with the free trial. You can. But once you finish that free trial, if you don't go ahead and take care of that $19.99, you're gonna not be able to get back into any of the pertinent stuff until you become a subscription paying member. Okay, but those of you who really feel like, look, I ain't never came across something this bad. I'm gonna go ahead and pay for my lifetime membership right now. Okay, we got 100 lifetime memberships available. That's it.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
Yeah, after I get my first deal, I'm coming in at that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I promise you, we ain't gonna have it's only 100 lifetime memberships available. Okay? Only.
Can't beat it.
So we can't afford to have lifetime memberships. Everybody have a lifetime membership for just $2,500. I mean, we can't afford it. But for the first 100, we will, because that helps us get to a certain point to where we get the funding we need to really take Flipstream to a whole new level. But all of you all are locked in at this right there.
Can't beat it.
All right, so there you got it. All right, thank you, everybody. Look, I've enjoyed this, man. I really have enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Me too.
Thank you, Ms. Lawrence, for tuning in. Thank you for becoming one of our first Flipstream subscribers. Thank you. We appreciate you. I'm going to have those other things up on the site this week where we can connect and do our one-on-one to kind of help you get this project done and get some others done. Look.
All right. Looking forward to it.
As am I. As are we both. Look, thanks, everybody. I appreciate y'all for joining us. Those who tune in to YouTube, those who tune in to Facebook, thank you so very much. Remember, every Sunday, 10:15 a.m., Flipstream Live. You can go to our YouTube channel, which is Flip-Stream. Matter of fact, let me share my screen real quick again so you know YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel, which is Flip-Stream Live on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, look for Flip-Stream Live. Flip-Stream Live. Go ahead and go and subscribe. You'll see us here every Sunday with this little live button right here. You see that? Click on it, and you'll be able to watch us live, as you see right here. All right? So just click on that little live button. You'll be able to watch us live on YouTube. You'll be able to come over here and chat and comment with us and put in your little, comments or whatever. We'll be happy to try and answer them as quickly as we can. If we can't, I'll get back to you probably, within the next day or so on Flipstream Live. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel, Flip-Stream Live. Flip-Stream Live. All right, everybody. Look, it's been great. All right, Ms. Lawrence.
Yes.
We'll be talking this week.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mr. Hilson, I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. Look, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us.
Talk to you later.
This has been Calvin and Mr. Law Hilson, owner, CEO of Capital City Home Buyers. He pays cash for homes, people. Hey, you got an ugly house? Hit us up.
Or pretty.
Also, he's one of those that could probably buy one of the homes I list, huh?
I'm sorry?
Absolutely. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes,
look, hit us up.
You can
hit us
just
up,
bring your contract right on over to me.
So, that's where we at. Flipstream.com. Flip-stream.com. Flip-stream.com. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a great day. See y'all.